have to come barging in here without knocking? Can't you see I was busy here?
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but it's a very important phone call for you. Admiral Reynolds, sir.
Oh, Admiral Reynolds. Admiral Reynolds, Binghamton here, sir.
Binghamton, now hear this. The British Admiralty has dispatched a task group under Vice Admiral Sir Percy Campbell to this area. The advance elements will be dropping anchor at Taratupa at 0800 tomorrow.
Oh, well, that's quite an honor for our little base, Admiral. It's quite an honor. Naturally, I'll order a 17-gun salute.
You can belay the formalities. Your job is to furnish the British with an officer for permanent liaison duty at their fleet headquarters in Sydney, Australia.
But Admiral, I'm understaffed here right now.
Orders from the Pentagon, Captain.
Oh, well, no, you nitwit. No, not you, Admiral. No, sir. No, I was talking to the nitwit here, sir. You can count on me, sir, for the fullest cooperation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Better not goof this, Binghamton. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
As the Pentagon put it to me, don't make waves.
I'll do that. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Is there something wrong, sir? You seem upset.
Well, of course I'm upset, you numbskull. The Red Coats are coming, and I have to spare an officer to be a liaison with them. Well, even if I scrape the bottom of the barrel, who could I possibly spare for the job? This Pearl Harbor was
Hey, girls! Come on, let's go. The water's fine.
How are you, honey? Knock off that racket out there.
Uh-oh, it's Captain.
Yeah, you're out of uniform.
We're not for skin diving, Captain. We'll see you around.
Carpenter, I tell you, someday I'm going to get that McHale, and I'm going to nail his slippery hide to a bulkhead. Someday I'm... What am I talking about? Someday's here.
You would make it in time. The limeys haven't even landed yet.
Okay, let's open up shop. Tink, you'll be in charge of the Japanese war mementos. Well, try and push the Harry Carry knives. Where'd you put the sign?
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, good. Ah, the old hometown touch. That'll get them every time.
Oh, fish ahead. Enemy patrol approaching.
It's Binghamton. Quick, hide the stuff. Look, act natural. Look sloppy.
I think they've spotted us, sir.
Good. Now, remember, we've got to make them think that this trip to Sydney is just for 1 month and that the whole crew is going. If they swallow that, McHale is a dead duck. We're on.
British launch approaching, sir.
Ah, that must be the Admiral's aides. Straighten your tie, Carpenter. Square your hat. You want to make an impression on the British, you've got to be a stickler for details.
Oh, don't you worry, sir. My crew would never forgive me if I did anything to foul up this assignment.
Yes, there aren't many PT crews that get a chance of temporary duty in Sydney, Australia. It'd be like a month's paid vacation. But don't count your chickens, Carpenter. The British have the right of approval, and I'll have to show them the other outfits, too.
Oh, sir, then you mean it isn't definite? That somebody else could still take our place?
You're overacting, Elroy. It'll all depend on the inspections. I intend to end up at McHale's Island at 1600 hours. If that doesn't clinch it for you, nothing will.
A whole month in Sydney, and he's handing it to Commodore on a silver platter.
Not yet, he isn't. Let's go back and speak to the skipper.
How about it, Skip?
It's a dream assignment. It means a whole month in the passionate pearl of the Pacific.
Yeah, Lester's right. I know a guy who won the Purple Heart in Sydney just for fighting off Dane.
Hey, Fuge! Come on, lay off that judo, boy. This is supposed to be a Swedish massage.
Okay, next time you capture Swedish PW.
How about it, Skip? Are we gonna let Binghamton pull a think trick like that on us?
Sure, listen, we deserve a break a lot more than Carpenter.
Oh, all right. Look, I don't like to see Binghamton pull a fast any more than you guys. So, seeing as how it's a chance to put the screws to the captain, we might just as well give it a try.
Give it a try? Skipper, we're as good as in Sydney right now. By the time we're finished, those limeys won't be able to tell this place from Buckingham Palace.
I say, Captain, isn't that a bit unusual for an American installation?
By McHale's Island? Why do you say that?
Well, sir, the flag.
Going to work. McHale's pirates swallowed the bait.
Captain,
Permission to come aboard?
permission granted, sir. Welcome aboard, gentlemen. With your permission, sir. Honor guard! Detail! Hutch! Detail! Up! A right turn! Right! And salute!
Commander Forbes, Lieutenant Crandall, may I present to Commander McHale, Ensign Parker, PT-73.
Hello.
My pleasure, Commander.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Jolly good show, Commander. Didn't know you Yanks went in for this sort of how-do-you-do.
Well, let's say, Commander, that we're just trying to go by the fine standards set by the Royal Navy, sir.
All right, McHale, all right. Let's get on with inspection.
Beg pardon, sir. Tea is served.
Tea? Oh, yes, of course, tea.
Surprised at you, Captain. Mr. Parker, take charge, dismiss the men. Stand easy.
After you, gentlemen.
There we are, gentlemen. Oh, Gruber, would you pass the crumpets, please?
Joe, crumpets. In the middle of nowhere? Where on earth did you get them?
Made them myself, sir. From a recipe I got from my old Welsh nanny.
Well, gentlemen, a toast. To our great leader. To President Roosevelt.
Prime Minister.
Well, old man, it's getting rather late. I think we ought to be getting back to board ship.
Must you rush off right away, sir?
Well, we must get back aboard ship, you know.
Oh, well, Commander, what about your decision? You haven't made your decision yet.
Oh, yes, Captain Binghamton. We completely concur with your recommendation. We'll gladly take McHale.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yippee! I know you can do it, sir. Congratulations, sir.
You recommended me and the crew for the job?
Indeed he did, Commander. But you seem to be under some sort of misapprehension. It's a lone assignment. Just you. Your crew is not included.
Well, you made a very wise decision, Commander. I know you're going to be very happy with McHale. Do a fine job for you. Now, we've got to get back to the base. We have orders to cut. There's lots to do, Everybody in the gig, we have to cut the orders, and there's lots of things to do. Now,
Captain, you can't do this. It's not fair. I mean, it's not cricket.
Well, if it's all the same to you, Captain, I'd rather not leave my men for a month.
McHale, I don't know where you get your information, but it's not for a month. It's forever. And it begins tomorrow at 0800 hours when you stop by my office to pick up your permanent transfer.
Permanent transfer, but Captain, you can't.
Oh, can't I? I'll see you in the morning. And McHale, be packed.
You and your Welsh nanny. I ought to drown the both of you in your own tea.
Hey, Skip. What's the Admiral say? What do you have to say about it?
Hold it. No dice, fellas. The Admiral has his instructions from the Pentagon. Don't make waves, huh? The British okayed me, and I'm stuck.
That does it.
It's all my fault. How can I let a rube like Binghamton outcon me?
Oh, now, come on, Groob. Don't blame yourself. After all, we all swallowed the bait.
Those limeys, I got a good mind to swim out to their ship, throw all their tea overboard.
George Washington was right.
But in the course of human events...
Oh, now, come on, knock it off, you Minutemen. Now, let's face it, I'm hooked.
It just goes to prove it don't pay to make good impressions on people.
Yeah, Willie's right, Skip. If those British had seen you the way you really are, they'd have never picked you.
What?
Well, I mean, you know how sloppy you are around here. Oh, well, I didn't exactly mean it that way, Skip. I mean, you know it.
What do you mean you didn't mean it? Well, it's the best idea anybody's come up with yet.
It is?
Well, sure. And if we can pull it off, fellas, Admiral Campbell won't even let me aboard his ship, even if it's in dry dock. Sloppy, huh? Come on, boy.
Baby! Hey, what are you sucking, baby?
It was Jerry, Commander McHale's.
Jerry? Oh, that's kid stuff. Hey, come here. What you need is a little... Ooh, sipping whiskey, baby.
How about it, Chuck? Dynamite!
Absolutely. Oh, hey, 8-ball. Come on, shake the lid off and let's have 4 glasses.
Hey, let's go, sailor. Full booze ahead.
We're gonna have a wing-ding, boy. Yes, sir. Celebrate my shivering up with you guys in the morning.
We don't appear to be ungrateful, Commander, but we're on duty hours, and we very seldom indulge in anything more potent before sundown.
Before sundown? That's right. Well, the sun done went down, buddy. Come on, chug a slug of that, baby. Yes, sir.
Well, perhaps just a social sit.
Yeah, just a tail. Here, cheers.
Cheers.
That's real good, Skipper.
And there's plenty more where that come from, buddy boy. Woo! Hiya, Sally,
Really, Commander.
Really, Commander. Hey, Chuck, remember Sally when we had that party? We taught her how to shoot crabs. Busted up the whole outfit.
She's a great sharpshooter.
Commander McHale, I don't mean to be presumptuous, but what are you men trying to prove?
Prove? What do you mean?
Play that sharpshooter. I mean, sapshooter. I don't know why you've changed, old man, like you have, but if you're putting on this act of being a bore to get out of the assignment, it won't work, you know.
It won't?
I mean, this is a rat, Mr. Cooper. These combined operations are more than somewhat tricky, but Sir Percy cannot possibly turn you down now. He's under strict instructions from the Admiralty not to churn water, or as you Yanks so aptly put it, create ripples.
Make waves, yeah, I know all about it.
Well, cheer-ho, old man. Come, Governor. I'm afraid you're stuck with it.
Stuck. Well, come on, Chuck. No sense in drinking this stuff unless we have to.
Order.
Come on,
Skilly, Pip. Let's have this one more for the road.
Come on, let's go.
Hey, Carpenter, wait a minute. Well, wait, I want my mother.
Man, I'd just like to say that no skipper's ever served with a greater bunch of guys. I'm gonna miss you. All of you. Very much.
I'll borrow your hanky.
Oh, my kid.
Keep up the good work, Chuck. You'll do just fine. Well, so long, you bunch of pirates.
Let's get out of here, Christy.
Well, it's great while it lasted.
Well, we're gonna have it rough now.
I think we're gonna have it rough. Think what the skipper's gonna have to go through. Living with those foreigners, learning a new language. I'd say, old beans, spice the main brace, alarm to arms. All that jolly rot.
Yeah, sure gonna be murder. Say, you got that accent down pretty good, Mr. Parker.
Oh, it's a little something I picked up in college dramatic classes. I had the lead in Lady Windermere's fan.
Hold everything. Have I got an idea? We might get the skipper's orders changed yet.
But what is it, Groob? Spill it. Come on, let's hear it.
Do we still have those limey officers' uniforms to launder?
Yeah, back in the hut.
It's a long shot, Mr. Parker, but it's desperation time. You've got to give it a try.
Right. Give what a try?
Well, between our British uniforms and your accent, it might just work.
Oh.
Come on, Mr. Parker, time's a wasting.
Oh, now, wait a minute, you guys. I was Lady Windermere.
What's this? Lady Windermere, Mr. Windermere, come on, buddy.
Yeah, let's get out. Come on.
There's going to be dancing in the boondocks tonight.
They say every dog has his day, Captain. Yours is a long time coming.
It was worth every second of the wait to see the invincible Quentin McHale finally torpedoed by his own men.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There's a British admiral here to see you, sir.
British Admiral, see. Oh, Sir Percy, he finally made it. Show me.
No, sir, it's Rear Admiral Crother Smythe of Royal Naval Intelligence, sir.
Royal Naval Intelligence here to see me? Well, I don't know what would be see. Well, show him in. Don't just stand there. Show him in. McHale, stand over there.
Sir.
Straighten your coat.
Yeah. Captain Binghamton, I presume.
Captain, what can I do for you, sir?
Do? Haven't you already done enough, you filthy blighter?
Filthy blighter? I don't understand.
Silence, you slithering popinjay! Now, where is this despicable baggot that you've had the effrontery to sign to Sir Percy's star?
How?
Well, speak up, man, speak up!
I'm McHale, sir.
Oh, yes. Quiet, yes. Should have known. Birds of a feather and all that sort of rot. Let's have a look at your boy. Stand tall, stand tall. Speak, yeah! Criminal type if I ever saw one, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yes, quite so, yes. So, you thought you'd pull the wig over Sir Percy's eyes, did you? Thought that you'd let His Majesty bowl your sticky ticket.
That's wicked.
Yes or no, wicked ticket ticket. But you talk about it, man. My Lord Nelson's blood white men have been flogged for less than this.
Please, that's my ship's clock.
Right in your cheeks, you fuck! Yes! How dare you have the audacity to assign this man McHale to the British fleet? Why, the man's a gambler. Why, he's a drunkard. Why, anybody can see that he's dishonest. He's disreputable, yeah.
And not to mention insubordinate, sir. Yeah. And that includes unmilitary, uncooperative, and uncouth, sir.
Quiet. Silence! I am in charge in here. Now, forget that. Here, forget that. On second thought, flogging is too good for you. Why, what you have done here might very well be considered attempted sabotage upon the British fleet. Long live the king.
Sabotage in time of war, sir? That means hanging, sir.
Hanging?
From the highest fortnight. Stand up, man. What do you mean hanged? Now, let's get on with the proceedings. Unless, of course, you're willing to make amends for this dastardly deed.
Oh, yes, I'm willing to do that. Let's make amends, sir. Let's do that.
What if he had to transfer chains, sir? That would disprove the charges, wouldn't it, sir?
Yeah, wouldn't that do it, sir?
Yes, I suppose by Jove it would, yes. Well, of course, it's spoiled an awful good hanging.
I'll change your orders, McHale. Stand over there. I'll do that right away. I'll take care. Oh, and bless you, sir.
Yes.
Bless you.
Stand tall, lad. Stand.
What is it, Groove? You see anything?
Anything? Huh?
Hut! Afternoon, chaps. Lovely day, isn't it?
Boy, them British admirals sure are polite.
Yeah, they sure are. British admirals? That must be Admiral Campbell.
Hey, we better warn the Binghamtons off.
Admiral Campbell is coming! Hooray! Hooray! Admiral Campbell is coming! Go away! Go away! Admiral Campbell is coming! Go away!
It's the real admiral. Come on, let's get out of here, Chuck.
What, you sneak up on me like a ruddy savage? Why, if I had him an inch, I would...
Now see what you've done, Captain.
What you've done?
I'm sorry, Admiral. Here, let me help you to sit me. Let's go out through this door, sir.
Yes, I'm terribly sorry, Admiral. I'll tell you, it's just that I can't help getting over the feeling that we've met someplace before.
Out of the question.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm looking for Captain Binghamton's office.
Well, this is his office. He doesn't seem to be in right now. This is my office. I'm Captain Binghamton.
Oh, how do you do, sir? I'm Admiral Campbell.
Oh, you're Admiral Campbell. It's Admiral Campbell. I'm so glad you're here, Admiral Campbell. I'm sure you know Rear Admiral Sir Crowther Smythe of Naval Intelligence. Where did he go?
Yes. Tally ho. Pip, pip, pip. Chins up. All that right. Well, we've got to buzz off.
Yes, of course I know him. Reggie and I are old school chums. How are you, Reggie?
The Admiral wants to know how you are, sir.
He does, yes, of course he does. Why shouldn't he? Yes. Capital, Percy. Simply capital, yes. Have you lost weight?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't think you had. I didn't think you had. He doesn't look to you. Just good to see you, old bean. Yes. Evidently he knows mother.
Well, I'm very well, Reggie, and let me see. This must be Commander McHale.
That's right. Oh, yes, sir.
Well, what seems to be the trouble, Captain?
Hi, that's right. Oh, trouble. Oh, no, there's no trouble. We don't have any trouble. No trouble.
Oh, come off it, man. Come off it. Must be top echelon stuff for them to send Reggie to the rescue.
Oh, send that to the... I send Reggie to the Admiral's vice.
What Captain Binghamton really means, sir, is that, he and the Admiral have decided that they need a better qualified officer, other than me, sir, to be your liaison officer. Yes, sir. Isn't that right, Admiral?
Isn't that right, Admiral? Yes. Right, sir, yes. Very well, bean don't put. Yes.
I see. Well, far be it from me to refute any of Reggie's judgments in these matters. Supposing you gentlemen fill me in over a glass of sherry.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask, Admiral. If you'll just follow me to the officer's club.
Some other time, Binghamton, I think you'll be of more use to the water if you remained here to cut that change of order.
Oh, yes.
Well, shall we be going, gentlemen?
After you, sir. After you, sir.
Now see what you've done.
Now that we're alone, Reggie.
Yes.
Perhaps you wouldn't mind explaining to me this fantastic masquerade.
Well, the masquerade. Yes, the mask.
Excuse me, sir, but it's all my fault, sir. Ensign Parker was just trying to get me off the hook, and, it was all my idea, and all charges should be filed against me, sir.
Oh, nonsense, McHale. The whole thing was terribly amusing. Why, we haven't had an accent like that in the British Navy since, Gilbert and Sullivan.
Well, funny, my mother always said I was great.
As to getting you off the hook, McHale, that's already been done. Admiral Reynolds approached me on a personal basis. I saw no reason to turn him down.
Admiral, you mean I can stay with my men?
From what I've heard of your men, McHale, you deserve each other.
Oh, boy! Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, happy sailing and clever thinking. Tally ho, pip, pip, chins up, and all that sort of rot. Marvelous. Absolutely marvelous.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye, sir. Well, old boy, shall we offer a spot of warm beer?
Well, I see no reason why not.
Yes. Oh, Britannia, Britannia, Britannia rules the world. Ah, Reggie, you're a gem.
I say, watch that, you bounder. The name is Sir Reginald Crothers Smythe. And if you don't remember that, I'll have you flogged to a trumpet.
What's that you're saying, Parker?
Trumpets, I say.
Oh, that's ghastly things I've ever heard of in all my life.
No, Captain Binghamton. Remember those immortal words from our illustrious leader, Admiral Reynolds. Don't make waves. Bye-bye, Captain. Bye. Oh, but Captain, we just came back from reconnaissance mission at Calai. The only action there is the sand gnats are battling the tsetse flies.
Good. Well, when you return, you can tell me who's winning.
Well, it's not going to be easy, sir. Those little things are so small.
Captain, you can't send us on a mission like that, sir.
No, I can't, can I? Well, I happen to have a little silver eagle on my collar, McHale. It says that I can. You're ordered to Calai for 3 days, and that's an order.
Captain, sir?
What is it?
I've taken care of everything just as you requested. Mr. Devery is settled in his quarters, and he'll be ready to call you.
Hey, wait a minute. Devery? Is that Brad Devery, the war correspondent from United Press?
Yes.
Carpenter, with your loose lips, I'm surprised you haven't sunk a fleet. Let's get out of here.
Uh-huh. So that's why you're railroading us to Calai, huh? A newspaper man is here. Now, Captain, you don't really think I'd try to steal your spotlight, do you, sir?
Why not, McHale? Why not? You've stolen everything else on this base.
Well, how can you say a thing like that, sir?
Very simple. Very simple. I just move my mouth up and down, and out it comes, out it comes. Now get out of here, you glory hounds. Get out of here.
No. Wait just a minute, Captain. Look, we'll stay out of your hair, sir, if you let us go to Manacora. At least there'll be something for the men to do there. What do you say?
Manacora? Oh, no, that's out of the question. After the trouble that you and your pirates got into the last time you were there, dressing up in native costumes and dancing in their flower festival. Why, you're a disgrace to the Navy.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that, sir. After all, I won first prize. Remember, Skip, I was a tiger lily. I put a lot of time in my costume and...
Cut it out and get your stems off of my desk. Now you've got your orders. You're going to Calai. Now shove off.
Oh, but Captain.
Don't you but Captain me. You heard me. Get out of here and take your tiger lily with you. Out.
Come on, tiger.
Put him in some water. He looks like he's wilding. Nothing is going to stand in your way this time, 40-knot Binghamton. You're going to be front. Hey!
All we gotta do is let Binghamton think we went to Calai, while we put a dab of shaving lotion behind each ear and head for Shangri-La.
Now, look, you guys, we're not going to Manacora. That'll be a direct disobedience of orders. As much as Skip and I agree with you, we don't make the rules.
We just break them.
We just break them. Oh, now, wait a minute, Skip. Why, Binghamton be madder than a wet hen?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, that man can lay himself a wet egg. He pulled a low-down trick, Shuck. Yes, sir, shipping us out while he hogs the limelight with that newspaper guy.
Well, maybe you're right, Skip, but...
Look, all I'm saying is this. That if Binghamton wants to play it sneaky, brother, so can we. And don't forget, this crew deserves a vacation, too.
You can say that again, Skip.
We can certainly use it.
Oh, I'm beat.
Now, look, Skip, if Binghamton finds out he's going to have our hides...
Oh, stop worrying, will you, Tiger Lily? I won't say a word if you won't. We'll just keep it our own little secret, okay?
Well, okay, Skip, but I, Hey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm packing and going to Manacora. How about you?
Hey, you guys! We're going to Manacora!
Manacora! I gotta get my stuff.
Hey, you guys! Mom's a word!
Ah, Mr. Devery. How are you, Mr. Devery? Welcome aboard, sir, and welcome to the South Pacific.
Hi, Captain. Lieutenant.
Sir. Won't you make yourself comfortable right there?
I'm not looking for comfort, Binghamton. I'm a war correspondent. I'm just looking for a story. If you have one, I want it.
Oh, yes, if I have, well, actually, Mr. Devery, I've been so busy fighting a war, you know, I haven't had time to take many notes, but if you want to start pitching the questions, I'll try and bat out the answer.
Okay, when can I get to see this Commander McHale I've heard so much about?
McHale?
Well, I've heard of old sea dogs losing their legs, but you're the first one I ever saw lose his chair.
Are you all right, sir?
I have heart, I'm all right. Get your hands off me. Pick up the chair.
Yes, sir.
For God's sake. Don't do something. Get out of here. Hanging around here.
Well, Binghamton, how's chances of getting this McHale in for a little talk?
Oh, McHale, I don't think that'll be possible. He's away on a mission. He's over at Calai.
Calai, huh?
Yeah.
That's too bad. Sounded like you would have made a good story.
Oh, Brad, there are other stories, you know. I've seen quite a bit of action myself.
Yes, I know. I just saw one of your landings. You missed the beach by a mile.
That's funny. Let me tell you about this time I was on patrol.
Sir.
Not now, Carpenter. I was on patrol. You see, there was this Japanese submarine.
But, Captain, this is urgent, sir.
What is so urgent? You have to interrupt me right in the middle of a patrol.
Sir, we just got a signal from Complete, sir. It's Calai. It's under heavy Japanese attack. 6 destroyers and 12 enemy barges, sir.
All right, Carpenter. All right, thank you. Now, you see, there was this Japanese submarine, and we were... Calai?
Yes, sir.
Isn't that where you said McHale is? Well, what kind of a nitwit would send out one boat against odds like that?
That's what I'd like to know, Carpenter.
But, sir, I thought that you were the one
Never mind what you thought. Don't just stand there. There's a war on. Go and do something.
Yes, sir.
Poor McHale. He and his crew must really have their hands full.
This is the life, man!
Remember, I'm married.
This is your worth fighting for.
I raised you 2 pearls.
Hey, Chuck. Come on, boy. I want to get a little fishing before it gets too late. Where's that life raft?
Yeah, okay, Skip. It's stuck in his cabinet.
Well, hurry it up, will you?
I got it. Whoa, boy.
Come on, will you? Chuck, the fish ain't gonna wait all day.
Don't wait. All right, Eddie.
Where'd he come from? Hey, you guys! Bandit! Bandit at 6 o'clock! Hey, enemy plane! Take cover! Get up here! Chuck! Get up here! One of these guys will be attacked up here!
I'm being attacked down here!
What's the matter now? Well, of all of Dad's blasted, where's that knife we keep? Oh, here. Come up out of there. Come up out of there.
Well, you never...
Get up here, this guy over here. There he is, Chuck. Get him. Had enough! Yep. All clear, you guys! From both sides!
Sorry, Chip, I had a cramp in the trigger finger. Something like this.
No. I'll take your word for it, all right?
Hey, we're all right. How about you, Skip?
How's everything up here?
Are you all right?
Yeah, we're all right. Listen, we better get this boat out of here before our little friend decides to come back. Tinker, check your engines. Willie, check your radio.
Right, Skip.
The rest of you guys, check the rest of the boat.
Well, there's one thing for sure, Skip. The starboard running light's out.
Look, the radio master's out too, Skip.
Radio's out, Skip, and I mean far out, like busted.
Oh, brother.
Took a few hits in the engine, Skip.
Well, we sure got off lucky. Tink, how long do you think it'll be before you get us running again?
Oh, about 24 hours. Maybe about 48.
You wouldn't like to try for 72, would you?
Well, that's about the kind of figure I had in mind.
Captain.
What is it? What?
We just got word from the fleet, sir.
Yeah?
They counterattacked and blasted the nips right off Calai.
Ah.
But no sign of Commander McHale, sir.
Oh. Oh, this is terrible. It's terrible. It's all my fault, too. Those poor men, they're out there somewhere in the dark right now. They're probably hungry or hurt or even prisoner or even... Well, I just don't know how I'm going to sleep through the night, wondering, waiting.
Don't stop, Binghamton. This is a great war story. A captain's lonely vigil, waiting for news from his men.
Yes. Waiting and wondering through the night, the long, sleepless nights. Well, it's like a father. Like a father waiting for the return of his child. And that's what they were like. You know, those men on the 73, they were like my children. You know, my burden would be a lot easier to bear if I were just out there with them, sharing their hardships and their suffering.
Hey,
83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89.
What are you doing, Chuck?
Well, I just counting, Skip. 93, 94, 95, 96.
Counting what?
I'm just curious to see how many revolutions a minute she's doing. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11,
Come on, Tink, get up in there, too. Come on, baby.
Hey, keep that engine going, Tink.
Captain Binghamton, one of our search planes just reported in with this, sir. The 73's life raft.
Oh, no.
Well, those look like knife holes.
Oh, what a struggle those men must have put up.
They also found a part of the radio master.
Well, it's no wonder we didn't hear from them then. The poor devils didn't even have a chance to call for help. Oh, I tell you, gentlemen, a part of me has died out there in the Pacific.
Tough break, Binghamton. You know, I don't believe I've ever seen a commanding officer so attached to his men before.
Attached is not quite the word for it, Mr. Devery. It was love. Yes, it was love for us men. Especially McHale. He was quite a guy. Quite a guy.
And that's the way this story must be told. Through the eyes of the man who loved them most, Captain Wallace B. Binghamton.
I think, Mr. Devery, that a man like McHale requires a little more than just a story. Carpenter?
Sir.
Prepare a memorial service for tomorrow morning at 0900 on McHale's Island. We're going to pay our respects to the memory of the gallant men of PT 73.
We feel no pain at all. We're back from paradise. We had a ball. We're back from paradise. We feel no pain at all.
Hold it, you songbirds, you. Hey, we're getting close to home. You don't want old party pooper Binghamton to hear us, do you?
Yeah, boy, if Binghamton finds out where we've been for the last 3 days, we're dead.
You're a seventh son of a seventh son.
What's the matter? What do you see, Skip? What's the matter, Skip? The Japanese invaded our island?
Worse than that. Binghamton's invaded. Hey, Chuck, bring around 45 degrees, quick. We're gonna go in the back way and find out what's going on there.
And that is why I say that the memory of the now departed will linger long after the sound of shells and battle drums. Yes, gentlemen, we are gathered here today on this hallowed piece of land to pay tribute to a heroic crew. They were good men. They were good sailors. And they were good friends. The men of PT 73.
I see what I heard? He's talking about us. He says we're his friends. He must have been drinking.
It was a privilege to have known this man who was a legend before his time, my comrade in arms, my closest buddy, Quentin McHale.
His closest buddy? He must be stoned.
And there are others to remember. What of Ensign Charles Parker? Yes, what of him? He was a bright, a hard-working lad. He was a credit to the Navy. He was a true product of the sea, to which he is now gone.
Gee, I didn't know he felt that way about me. Quiet, Chuck. Have a little respect for you. This is a funeral service. No kidding. Whose? Ours. And yours.
Oh. You know, for a minute, I thought you said, mine.
Hey, look. You guys take care of Chuck. Fuji, get lost. I gotta go find out where we died from.
Rupert. Bell.
Come on, Sleeping Beauty. Come on.
It is indeed a roll call of heroes.
Ready? Aim. Fire!
I'll get the rate. It's in the hot As I was saying, my fellow mourners, this is not just a time of sadness.
Hiya, copy. Hey, what's going on here?
We're holding services for Commander.
McHale's!
So it is with a sense of profound emotion and a feeling of everlasting gratitude. Where's the rate? The rate. Stop tapping me. Give me the... And, that concludes the services. Cease firing. An emergency. Just come up. Everybody back to the base. Condition red. Condition red. Dismiss. Everybody.
What is it, Binghamton? What's happened?
Oh, what? Well, I can't tell you right now, Mr. Dever. You see, it's top secret. Now you get back to the base and you take cover. You take cover. Where is he? How did McHale get back from the grave? Where is he? Where? McHale? Where is he? He's not in here. Carpenter, you've done it again. He's not
he was right over there. I saw
right
him.
over where? Here, I see him, and what I can... McHale. Hey, McHale, what are you doing here? He's supposed to be dead.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Captain.
I'm not disappointed. Naturally, I'm not disappointed. I'm thrilled. I'm very happy about that. It's just, how did you escape from the Japanese at Calai?
The Japanese?
Just the Japanese. You know the Japanese, don't you? There's the little fellas with the almond-shaped eyes that we've been fighting.
Those Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about the enemy, sir.
Tom Fleet reported us that there were 6 nip destroyers there. There were 12 nip landing barges there. Now, how did you escape from the Japanese at Calai?
How did we escape from it? Well, you see, sir, when we were first attacked...
Attacked?
Yes, sir.
They must have attacked right in the middle of a luau, I bet you cutthroats were never at Calai at all. You're at Manakura.
Captain, how can you infer such a thing, sir?
You're right, gentlemen. I'm terribly sorry, and I apologize. It's just that I've been under such a strain lately. Haven't I been under a strain, Elroy?
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir.
See there, Elroy says I've been under a strain. I wouldn't say anything like that. Would I say anything like that?
Never, sir,
Certainly not. How about it, Ensign? How are things at Manakura?
Oh, it was a real blast, sir. Why, some of the guys even started...
You were never at Calai. You saw that. You were at Manakura.
Captain, I can explain, sir.
Explain. You're going to have plenty of time to explain, McHale. First of all, you're going to explain it to the court-martial board, huh? Then you're going to explain it to the warden at Portsmouth Prison. Then, McHale, you're going to have about 20 years to write a book about it.
Oh, write a book, huh?
Boy, Skip, I'm sorry. I wish I were really dead now.
When I get through with you, McHale, you're going to wish you were, too. All right, Carpenter, drop the court-martial charges. Make it direct disobedience of orders. Yes. Make it insubordination. Make it dereliction of duty. Huh? What do you got to say about that?
Well, sir, with my best friend defending me, sir, I think I stand a pretty good chance of acquittal.
What best friend are you talking about? What?
Well, have you forgotten? Wally? You said comrade in arms? My closest buddy?
Take your hands off of me. I only said those things when I thought you were deceased.
Okay, Captain, okay. If you want to show Brad Devery and the press of the world how little our friendship really means...
McHale, one of these days.
Captain, then we can consider these charges dropped, sir?
On one condition, McHale. You want to get off of your spot, you're going to have to help me get off of mine.
I don't care what you say, Skip. It just don't seem right being on the same side as Binghamton.
Yeah, what a crummy deal. Letting him rescue us just so we can look like a hero with this newspaper guy.
Yeah. Look, you guys. I don't exactly relish playing footsie with Binghamton either. But it was a stalemate. He had us over a barrel and we had him over one. So let's just make the best of it, shall we? What now? What's with the engines?
I don't know, Skip.
Well, get back there and take a look, and fast. Oh, boy, if Binghamton doesn't find us on Pinoy Island when he gets there to rescue us from the grave, he'll have a shot.
We won't be lucky enough to watch our own funeral.
I still don't understand, Binghamton. What makes you think McHale and his men are still alive? And here on Pinoy, of all places?
Oh, well, that's intelligence. Intelligence. So, we got a report that some natives have seen some American sailors on this island. All right, you men, keep your eyes open now. Keep one open for McHale, keep one open for Japanese.
You think there may be nips on this island?
Oh, you never can tell about those little devils. They're sneaky, you know. They're everywhere, everywhere.
Nice work, Binghamton. You walked us right into a trap. Whose intelligence gave you your information? Ours or the Japanese?
I don't understand this. McHale didn't say anything about the natives didn't say anything about the Japanese being here.
Prisoners, no talk.
Now, you look here. I'm a captain of the United States Navy, and I've got nothing to say. I've just...
Hey, Skip. How long we gotta walk to be rescued?
Well, I don't know. Tinker's out looking for those guys. Hey, speaking of devil, what's up, Tink?
Skipper, Japanese on the other side of the island. They got Binghamton, Commodore, and the war correspondent.
Oh, no!
Oh, boy, a chance like this comes once in a lifetime. What do you say, Skipper? We get back in the boat and head for home. What, Binghamton here with the Japanese? What else? It'll help end the war a lot faster. And besides, how much punishment can those poor Japanese take?
I must say it's a very tempting idea, Groover. But, no, it wouldn't be fair. Wouldn't be fair.
Skipper's right, it wouldn't be fair.
To the Japanese, I mean. You know what the Geneva Convention says about extreme cruelty to the enemy?
We gotta rescue him.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Tink, how many Japanese were there?
A 5 and an officer. We gonna rush him?
No, we rush them, they start shooting, somebody's liable to get hurt. No, what we gotta do is to distract the Japanese away from Binghamton's crowd. Doggone it, how are we gonna do it? I got it, boys. Hey, Hap.
Yeah?
We got much of that stuff left aboard from Manakura?
Yeah, most of it.
All right. Tinker, come here, boy.
Oh, no, not me, not this time, no. Hello, soldier, you! Who you handsome soldier? Come with me.
All right, that's enough, mister. Nice going there, Tinker. Okay, mister, that's all the show for today.
McHale, where in the world have you been?
Hiya, Captain. I'm sorry it took so long, sir, but I had to round up a few Japanese.
So you're McHale, back from the dead. I'm Devery, United Press.
Oh, hi.
I had a hunch that was a good story, and you and I was right.
Oh, wait, you're forgetting whose idea this was. I organized this whole rescue party. There weren't supposed to be any Japanese here.
Look out, will you, Binghamton? You're blocking my shot. Now, McHale, let's have a nice big smile, huh?
I insist that I be in this picture.
Will you please, Binghamton? Hey, let's have one of you accepting his sword.
Oh, here, take here.
Fine.
Somebody up there hates me.
Oh, but Captain, not balaclava. That's just a hunk of coral.
Yes, balaclava. And this time I'm dispatching a patrol plane to make sure that you're there. Now shove off. I don't want to see you for the next 48 hours. Well, now then, shall we get on with the interview?
Well, Captain, our newspaper down at the mission school would like to know.
Bye-bye, Captain. Oh, and...
Happy birthday, Skipper-san.
Oh, thank you.
Candle, Skip.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right,
everybody, for he's a jolly good skipper, one course, and spit out the harmony.
For he's a jolly good skipper, for he's a jolly good skipper, for he's a jolly good skipper, which nobody can deny.
Seriously, gang, I would like to say that of all the birthdays I've ever had, this one's the best. I give you a toast to the finest crew in any man's navy, the men of PT 73.
Hold it, Skip. Would you mind toasting us separately? That way we get more drinks.
Cheers, man, cheers.
I like to say happy birthday, too, like we do in the islands.
Oh.
This means long life. And this means much happiness. And this means many happy returns.
Stand back, Chuck. I just got this thing going. Hi, Captain. Captain Binghamton.
Oh, don't bother to come to attention, Commander. Just let go of Tondaleo. Could you excuse us? You must have some friends of your own.
Now, wait a minute, sir. I know this must look pretty bad, but, well, now, there's a perfectly logical explanation. You see, the skipper and the girl were, they had... When's the court-martial?
Now, wait a minute, Chuck. There's no panic here. Look, the boys are throwing me a birthday party, so there's nothing in the book against that, is there, sir?
No, but there are regulations, McHale, against raiding the officers' club. Oh, my private stock. Nurses off limits, the native girl off limits, you off limits with the native girl.
All right, sir, all right. So you call us on a couple of technical fouls. As for the refreshments, why, you can put it on my tab at the officers' club.
That's not what riles me, McHale. The thing that hurts me, the thing that cuts me right down deep where I live is... Why didn't you invite me to your birthday party?
What'd you say, sir?
I said, why didn't you invite me to your birthday party, Quentin?
Quentin?
Oh, I realize that I'm your commanding officer, but there is no reason, after all, when the day's work is done, why we can't be friends, is there, buddy boy?
The captain's flipped.
Hey, you sick or something, Captain? You sure you feel all right?
Oh, I never felt better in my life. Bartender, do your duty here.
Yes, sir. As soon as I get rid of these empties.
That's the stuff. Let's have fun. Elroy, looks like we're going to run a little short here. Bring a case from the base. Case from the base. I'll get the good stuff, the stuff I have locked in the safe.
Champagne, sir, but you were saving that for VJ Day.
It's Commander McHale's birthday, and the best is none too good. Oh, Carpenter. We should have a birthday present for my old friend here. Excuse me, friend.
Very good, sir. Excuse me.
All right, let's liven things up here. Hey, Larry, start that music. Let's go here. Which one of you lovely ladies does the jitterbug? I feel very loose tonight.
Captain, before you get too loose, sir, I think you ought to have a little talk.
Oh, certainly. Anything you say, Quentin. You keep your motor running. I'll be right back.
Right here, sir.
What's on your mind, old pal?
Well, sir, it's the new you, sir.
You notice?
Yes. Not that I don't appreciate you burying the hatchet, sir, but I'm kind of shook up, you know what I mean? What's the angle, Captain?
Angle?
Yes, sir.
Does a simple seafaring man have to have an angle?
A simple seafaring man? No. But you, sir? Well... Come on now, Captain. What's all this sudden sweetness and light?
All right. I'll turn up my whole card. You're right, I do have an angle. I want you to do me a favor.
I knew there was a catch to it. What is it this time, sir? Suicide mission in Tokyo Bay?
Oh, no, McHale, it's nothing like that.
No.
That's all in the past.
Yes.
I need your help.
Oh, yes.
You see, I'm up for another stripe. Huh?
Commodore?
Naval personnel in Washington are sending out their Captain Wilson to check me out. Now, let's face it, Quint. If he get a load of this operation that you're running here, well, he wouldn't recommend me for Commodore in the Japanese Navy.
I'm beginning to read you, Captain, yes.
Wally.
Wally.
I know it's asking a lot, Quint, but you have a stake in this, too. You see, if I get this promotion, I'll move on up and out to Comfleet. Your big chance to get rid of me.
Oh, in other words, if we shape up, you ship out. You got a deal, Wally. It's the least I can do for an old buddy. Now, let's get this party swinging. Now we really got something to celebrate.
Hey! Come on, quick, let's go! Let's go, baby!
Come on, Captain Boy!
Excuse me, sir. You see, I've got a thing going here. What do you want? Oh, you're back. Excuse me, my dear. You go and rest up now. You got this thing. Oh, yeah. May I have your attention, everybody? Attention. I want to take this opportunity to give our guest of honor here a little token of my personal esteem. Quentin, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Hey, better put it in a bucket of water first, Skip.
Oh, Captain. Oh, Captain, you shouldn't have. This is what I've always wanted. So, look, fellas, look what the captain gave me.
All right, Glee Club, front and center. For he's a jolly good Commodore, and let's really hear it.
Yeah.
For he's a jolly Commodore. For he's a jolly Commodore. Which nobody can deny.
It's a wonderful party, sir. It's just wonderful. Excuse me, sir. I must have got hold of a bad radish someplace. Oh, knock it off, Carpenter. They don't put radishes in martinis. Don't apologize for having a good time. I know I certainly did. You know, sir, I don't understand one thing. What was that talk of Commodore? What do you mean by the Commodore business? Well, I told McHale that Captain Wilson is coming out here to check me out for promotion. Check you out, sir? But I thought you told me he was coming here to check out McHale for some stateside job at the PT training school. That's right, you numbskull. Thank you. You're welcome. If McHale knew that, he'd go to any lengths to keep from being shipped out of here, right? Very good, sir. That's absolutely brilliant. You mean he thinks that he's getting rid of you and all the time you're getting rid of him? Oh, that's wonderful, sir. Yes, and you may be next. I'm finally going to get rid of McHale. When I write my memoirs, this will go down as Binghamton's finest hour.
Yeah, how's it going, Chuck?
Huh? Oh, Skip, yeah. Work party on schedule, sir.
Well, as they say in the Navy, if it moves, salute it. If it doesn't, paint it, boys. Hey, the captains can't say we're not cooperating now, boys.
You bet, Skip. Anything to get rid of old lead bottom.
Hey, Gru! What do you think you're doing?
Making a supreme sacrifice. Pouring out the batch of beer I was brewing the depth charges. It's almost ripe, too.
McHale's Island. The only place in the world where the tide comes in with a head on it.
Ahoy there.
Oh! Morning, Captain.
Good morning, Quentin. Morning, boys.
Good morning, Captain.
Just dropped by to see how Operation Cleanup was progressing.
Ah, well, we're almost finished, sir. Yes, sir. The boys have really been working up a sweat for you, sir.
Oh, fine, fine. You got a nice hot day for it, too, don't
yes,
they?
sir.
Well, Captain Wilson will be here tomorrow morning. Do you suppose this paint job will be finished?
Oh, yes, sir. It dries almost instantly. We put some alcohol in it. We swipe from the base hospital. So boy, it sure is a scorcher. Here, allow me, sir. I'll wipe it off. Here, wipe your windshield, sir.
I mean, that won't be necessary, Ensign. Thank you.
Captain, why don't you come along with me, sir? I want to show you what we've done over here. When the brass sees this, sir, they'll jump Commodore and promote you right up to Admiral, sir.
Oh, thank you. You don't know how much this means to me, Quentin.
Or to us, Wally.
Oh, wait a minute, Wally. Forgot your cap.
Why, you couldn't help that, could you? That was just an accident. That could happen to anybody, couldn't it? Don't give it another thought now, Ensign. Goodbye, boys.
Goodbye, Captain. Right this way, sir. Hey, shut! Quartermaster, pipe the captain aboard.
Captain Wilson, may I present my prize crew and their crack skipper, Lieutenant Commander Quentin McHale.
Glad to know you, McHale.
How do you do, sir? And may I introduce my executive officer, Ensign Parker, sir?
Mr. Parker?
Shall we proceed with the inspection, sir? Watch step, sir.
Yes, sir, McHale, I'd have to give you 4-0 on that engine room. Your boat's as immaculate below deck as she is topside.
Well, that's McHale for you. Runs the tightest ship in the flotilla.
Well, I simply follow the high standards you've set, sir.
Don't be so modest. You should have seen his men when they reported here, Captain. They were raw, sloppy, untrained. McHale, he molded them into a precision unit. I tell you, he's a born instructor.
Oh, you're too generous, sir. Why, he's the driving force around here, sir. Why, he couldn't get more out of his men, sir, if he were a Commodore.
Shall we proceed with the inspection, Captain?
Yes.
Don't be so modest, and that's an order.
Well, I must say, Binghamton, you certainly right with your men. Usually it's a picture of the president, or at least Gypsy Rose Lee.
I didn't know that was there. I guess the men couldn't find any other place for it.
Oh, no, sir. On the contrary. The men wanted it here as an inspiration, sir.
Oh, time to change the flowers.
Oh, go right ahead. Hurry up. Well, shall we move along, sir?
Perhaps we should. Yes, sir, McHale, I'm really impressed. This operation you're running here is as efficient as any base in the Pacific.
Well, I'm afraid I can't take any credit for that, sir. All I do is follow the procedures set up by Captain Binghamton at the main base.
I'm rather curious about that. Why are these men stationed here on a separate island?
How are they on there? Well, as I told you, Captain, this is my prize crew, and I like to keep them separated so that nothing will interfere with Commander McHale's unique training method.
There he goes again, sir, hiding his light under a bushel. Actually, I'm just a bumbling old tramp steamer man. Captain Binghamton here is the tactical genius, sir.
Here.
Quiet.
Why, he maneuvers his little flotilla of PT boats like Admiral Halsey operates the Pacific Fleet.
Yes, sir. Born leader, our captain. Let's hear it for Captain Binghamton. Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip. Hooray! Belay that.
Belay it. Let's hear it for Commander McHale.
Well, he's just a bumbling old tramp steamer man, sir.
That's right, sir.
Let's save the cheering for later, huh? First, I'd like to see this prize crew of yours in action, Captain.
Oh, yeah, can do. I'm sending McHale on a special reconnaissance patrol tomorrow morning. You can go with him.
Oh, fine. That'll be just great. Oh, McHale, drop by the Officers Club. I'll buy you a drink.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
McHale, stop building me up like that. He'll think I put you up to it.
Well, I'm just trying to help you with the promotion, sir.
You do a good job on patrol tomorrow, and I'll get what I'm after.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bye-bye, sir. Bye.
So that's a McHale's whammy, huh?
Yeah. How do you like it?
Mister, that's got more authority than the Secretary of the Navy. What's in it?
Well, we sort of make do with what's handy, you know. When we run out of hospital alcohol, why, we use that old reliable torpedo juice.
That sounds like a drink we get in a little bar back in Norfolk.
Oh?
They call it the death charge. Remind me to give you the address. You can try it when you're back there next month.
What do you mean when I'm back there next month?
Yeah, boy. I told you this drink had authority. Well, McHale, I promise to keep this on a QT, but as long as you know about it, I might as well tell you the whole story. You're up for stateside duty as an instructor at our PT training school.
Me?
That's right. Binghamton recommended you. And if you're half as efficient at sea tomorrow as you've been ashore, you got it made.
Captain Binghamton's idea, huh? Oh, he's that dirty. I said the glass is dirty, sir. Barkeep, come on, another round of whammies over here. Make mine a double. And that's right from the Navy brass, and that's the whole story.
Why, that double-crossing son of a seahorse.
He sure suckered us.
What kind of a war is Binghamton running? He gives us more trouble than the Japanese.
Hey, let's watch that.
Sorry, present company not included.
I guess that means the end of the old PT-73.
What are we gonna do, take this lying down, guys? There must be something we can do.
It's too late now. Captain Wilson gets a load of that skipper on the patrol tomorrow. We're really finished. Boy, it's just too bad that we're such tigers in action.
Hey, hold it, Chuck. I think you gave me an idea.
Boy, of all the miserable things... I have?
Yeah. Now, supposing I wasn't such a tiger on that patrol tomorrow, huh?
Yeah. Suppose we show that Captain Wilson what kind of slobs we can be if we really put our mind to it.
Now you read me, huh? Willie, do you think that you could dig up a phony sub on that sonar of yours tomorrow?
I can hear it pinging now.
Stand by for action, boys, because we can show that Navy brass that a nip sub isn't the only one that can take a dive.
It's good to be at sea again, Commander. Think we'll see any action today?
Action?
Well, there are some enemy ships in these waters.
Oh, I hope not.
All right, I'll take over now, Mac.
Oh, well,
What's the course?
160, I think.
160? Hey, you better watch it, kid. 160 will take us right in the middle of Guadalcanal.
Oh, no kidding. Gee, I must have picked up the wrong chart again.
I'll take it.
Contact on sonar, sir. Enemy sub bank 200.
How about a sub?
Hey, guys, Willie picked up a Japanese sub. Check your watches.
Who's got it? Who's got the lucky number? 0910.
Well, what do you know? I won again.
What the devil's going on here, McHale? What is all this?
I just won a ship's pool, sir.
A Japanese sub. You better do something about that.
Oh, well, yes, you're so right, sir. All right, turn around fast and head for home.
Relay that, ensign. Look, I realize I'm only an observer here, but you can't mean that you're going to turn tail and run without firing a shot.
I guess it would look kind of chintzy at that. Torpedo man, fire one!
Are you kidding? The tube's rusted. I told you to get it fixed.
What is all this nonsense anyway? You don't fire torpedoes at a sub when it's still submerged?
Oh? Well, we do it all the time. Gee, no wonder we keep missing.
Closing fast, sir.
Oh, my goodness, where? Where is it? Where?
There it is. I see the periscope.
Periscope where?
Dead ahead. See it?
Oh, good heavens! Oh, well, do something, fellas.
Well, listen, how about setting off a depth chart?
Yes, how about that? Set off the depth chart, yes.
What depth setting, sir?
Oh, details, always details. Fire!
Some son back there, it's up ahead, you blundering nitwit.
Oh, that does it. I can't go on. I can't. It's no use. I haven't got what it takes.
Steady on, sir.
You can't give up now. The men need you.
Heaven's sakes, McHale, pull yourself together.
I can't turn
He'll be all right as soon as he has his cup of hot cocoa.
We lost contact with that sub, sir. Guess they didn't spot us.
Very good, Sparks. Just can't believe it. A man with McHale's brilliant record cracking up like that.
Boy, what a performance. I can hear you way down here. I really pulled out all the stops on that one. That ought to put a zinger in Binghamton's little scheme.
Hey, Skip! I got a real contact, a sub, and it's coming in fast.
Oh, no!
Skip, what are we gonna do?
Well, I don't know. Oh, what a spot. Look, if we sink that sub, I'm sunk. Oh, you miserable, conniving bilge rat. You're the one that got me into this. Oh, Doug. Hey, now, wait a minute. You're gonna get me out of it, too, buddy.
What's the pitch, Skip?
Hey, pass the word around. We got a hot one. Come on. Willie, go on over to that sonar and keep singing it out to the bridge, buddy. Go on. Oh, you captain, you. Come with me.
Mr. Parker, I got a new contact. Enemy sub bearing 107.
Knock it off, Willie. We already did that bit.
You don't understand. We've got to sail it.
Aren't you men gonna do something? Somebody, anybody! McHale!
I'll take over, Mr. Parker. I've pulled myself together, thanks to Captain Binghamton here. Hold it, sir. Hold it steady!
What the devil is it?
You've always been my inspiration. Taught me everything I know. I should have thought this before. With you at my side, sir, why, I can conquer anything. Anything, right, sir? Right. All hands, self quarters! Willie, give me a bearing on that sub.
Steady on 107, sir.
107. What, sir? What? Yes, sir. Come to 214. Come to 214. We'll intercept the enemy.
Somebody must have spiked his cocoa.
Quiet! You're interrupting Captain Binghamton. What, sir? Yes, sir. I'll give you the estimated range.
1,000 yards in closing.
1,000 yards. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I heard. Yes, sir. Set the depth charges at 50 feet.
Intercept mate, sir. We passed right over his tail.
This one is for you, Captain Binghamton, sir. You've earned it. You've earned it, sir. Fire the charges!
Hey, we scored a hit! Hey, we got him!
The nips are coming up on deck!
Good work, McHale.
No, don't thank me, sir. Thank the captain. Without you, we couldn't have done it, Captain Binghamton, sir.
It was a real one.
But after all, he did capture the sub, didn't he? He did bring his crew in, the whole bunch as prisoners, didn't he?
Yeah, after putting me through a nightmare. So for a while there, McHale almost had me believing his act.
And you're not going to send him back to the States?
Come on, Binghamton, don't be a pea-brain. Any man who'd go to all that trouble to stay in action is a lot more valuable on a PT boat than he'd ever be behind a desk. Good day, sir.
There must be a way. Tell me there's a way.
Captain Binghamton, Commander McHale just left this for you, sir.
Oh, sent my picture back, did he? All right, all right.
Eyes wide behind his thick bifocals. It was Brenda and Poppy, beaming, laden with serving dishes. He's traumatized. Greetings, Mr. Bumble, Brenda.
Hi, Mr. Bumble.
What is that you are carrying? Eteist, eventet, Barnaby, offintais larbi. We how do might partake in an evening meal with your esteemed person. Mr. Bumble, Brenda explained, holding up a platter of what looked suspiciously like RTS lamb chops. Walty, how again. Yeah, we conceived the notion that since you never extend an invitation to our persons, it would be an auspicious idea if we merely executed the initial gesture. Basser. The initial gesture being traumatized. Yes, Poppy confirmed cheerfully, and it is unequivocally not going to be merely an evening meal either. She leaned in conspiratorially. Is it, Brenda? Quentu emuli kabi. Brenda gave him a tidies smile. Nope. We conceived the notion that subsequent to the evening meal, we all indulge in some mutually enjoyable recreation together. Ardim, then at Artie, who had just arrived with a bowl of salad, and then at Dizzy Dubois, and then at Dizzy Dubois, who was still impatiently hovering behind Artie, completely out of sight from the others. What? He squeaked. Oh, Artie. That emanates an utterly delightful fragrance. The boy, offered, declined. She sniffing the air appreciatively, still oblivious to the other occupants. Untami, his face, a mask of panic, turned to Dizzy. Actually, this particular culinary offering is intended for my esteemed upstairs neighbor, Chet. He is currently afflicted with the Oak Haven flu. Onshibar, who had ididily frowned. Contagious nature, why do you not proceed forthwith to the upper floor, and Mott shall merely undertake to check on Chet's condition? Onombin, no. No, Artie stammered, physically blocking her path. Permit my person to undertake that crucial task. Oh, would you not credit it, sleeping akin to a cherubic infant? He made a dramatic show of whispering into the kitchen, for lucid locaist. Listen, Dizzy, why do you not proceed forthwith to that designated location and indulge in a modest quantity of wine, and Mott shall instantaneously return. Comiaplutely. Hintrovet, binlisliced. All right, Dizzy replied, her lips pursed. Esteemed person precisely 2 minutes, and then Mott am unequivocally ascending cation to that location to retrieve your person. Only in non-odometers. Artie groaned. Dizzy! Oh, a mere minute and 59 seconds, he muttered to himself, frantically trying to calculate his escape. You see, it possesses a rather contagious nature. Ono. Okel. 58 seconds. Dizzy called out after him, counting down with ominous precision. What you traumatized. Just then, Artie realized his precarious Dizzy, but trying to keep it cryptic for Barty, Brenda, and Poppy S. sake. 100. What, pray tell, is the prevailing situation? Quet him. What? Hattie, abandoning subtlety, thrust a plate of the supposed lamb burgers at her. Here, acquire this. All meticulously prepared for a modest evening meal. Here we proceed. What, pray tell, is the current state of affairs? Artie inquired again, using his cryptic code. Oni Colby. Let us eschew of this magical moment for mere verbal exchanges. Let us instead engage in the noble act of consumption. Arma tromestist. Dizzy, utterly perplexed, took the plate. Wait. Artie, whose plate is this? Mott harbored the distinct impression that it would be considerably more romantically inclined if both of us partook from the identical culinary receptacle. Momentarily flustered, he made a quick, desperate recovery. Brenda, do you not desire to observe anything else? Oh yeah, right, Brenda said, remembering her hostess duties. Dear Lord, we extend our profound gratitude for that which we are about to receive, interrupted the prayer. Do you not possess the fervent desire to ascertain my personal identity, my place of geographical origin, the content of my nocturnal aspirations, deep concentration on the lamb burgers on the table? No, he mumbled, all dizzy, completely offended, dropped her plate. What? Artie, we are acting in a most unbecoming manner. She stomped off, fuming. Wanakambi, Brownby. Silly. Me. Maud conspicuously overlooked the accompanying broccoli. Maud shall instantaneously return. He darted back into the kitchen, attempting to escape the increasingly fraught situation. On Snilligand and Poppy, they were cheering him up. Watched him go. Barty, meanwhile, had noticed the scattered lamb burgers. Was his. And that is precisely why old is unequivocally old, and young is unequivocally young, and beauty is unequivocally in the subjective optical perception of the beholder. Are you, by any chance, comprehending any of the profound philosophical assertions Mott am currently articulating? Application. Brenda, listening intently, admiration. Brenda, completely misinterpreting his rumination. You are exceptionally handsome for a gentleman of your venerable age, Mr. Bumble. All the enticed. Stammered. Well, Mott, am acutely aware of that, but that is entirely beside the immediate point. Why would Artie articulate the notion that he was experiencing a profound sense of being unloved and unwanted? Augmentation. Poppy shook her head. He was unequivocally not exaggerating in his lamenting. Look, Mr. Bumble, Maud entertained no desire for any additional complications within my ephemeral existence, and neither, for that matter, do you, whose were now glowing, vekep ite, had what he could only perceive as unrequited adoration. Mr. Bumble, come, now, it is not, in point of precise fact, complicated. It is profoundly simple. Brenda insisted, reaching for his hand. Olsidine. Yeah, Poppy added, mirroring Brenda's sentiment. We unequivocally adore your esteemed person. We fervently desire to ensure your perpetual happiness. Benintrigris. Barty's eyes widened in horror. Now, wait a solitary minute. Excessively, inordinately happy. Remain at a respectful distance from my immediate person. Maud harbor no desire whatsoever to experience happiness of such an intensity. He scrambled out of his chair, nearly knocking over a potted palm, gutralutized. Maud shall emit an ear-splitting shriek if you pursue me further, Comolution said. Artie, still hovering in the kitchen, heard the commotion, directing your current locomotion. Mr. Bumble, Brenda demanded, perplexed by his sudden panic, incompelled. To transport, offering, this culinary offering, up to Chet, Barty gasped, clutching the tray of lamb burgers. Brenda scoffed. Yeah? Well, you comprehend the medical adage, starve a fever, stuff a cold. Rolty, meanwhile, was completely beside himself. Brenda, always the nurturer, advanced on him. Mr. Bumble, you are experiencing a state of extreme tension. Just assume a sitting posture and unequivocally relax. Monsimatais. But you do not possess an adequate comprehension of the magnitude of this predicament. Barty cried. Brenda, with a surprisingly firm hand, guided him back to his rocking chair. Isn't this considerably more comforting, Mr. Bumble? Poppy cooed, beginning to massage his temples. Offered pertently, odd, printer autais. To copy. Then, a profound terror gripping him. Oh, yeah, no. Wait, kindly close your optical apparatus, and Mott shall merely administer a delicate moistening to your auricular extremities. Bonnie gasped as Artie entered the room, looking even more flustered than before. Onting a bemite. Timely arrival here. Listen, Artie, you were unequivocally not merely whistling a merry tune in the proverbial Dixie region. These two female individuals are utterly insane. a strained smile. Well, subsequent to all previous considerations. To all previous considerations, they are merely human, Mr. Bumble. Listen, Mr. Bumble, why do you not assume a sitting posture at that precise location? Poppy, Brenda, assume positions adjacent to Mr. Bumble. Wheaties. Brenda, however, was equally assertive. No, 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 no. You girls assume positions over there, and Artie, you assume a sitting posture here, adjacent to my esteemed person. Finchwade. Artie, realizing he was being pulled in multiple directions, wrung his hands. Mott would genuinely adore to Huku, but Mott am unequivocally unable to assume a sitting posture. Winnie tied. Hey, what precisely is the nature of this current offering? Brenda exclaimed, noticing the rather unconventional culinary presentation on the plates. Mott harbored the distinct impression that we were partaking in succulent lamb chops. Compentis. We cornered, managed a weak smile. We are, in point of fact. What specific appellation do you confer upon these, Artie? Brenda asked, picking up one of the flattened, grilled patties. Lamb burgers, Mozermi, of precise fact. Yes, Artie confirmed, trying to sound proud. Hey, they are actually rather delectable, Brenda observed, taking a bite. Onto Mayfair, been attentively about lamb burgers. They are either exceptionally, profoundly delectable, or exceptionally, profoundly inedible. Kogen Escape pointed towards the kitchen. Listen, Mott am compelled to procure some form of dessert, or merely fixed him with a steely gaze. Disregard the dessert, Artie. You are to remain precisely here until the conclusion of the evening meal, directly adjacent to my steadfast side. Wantley. Arshid slumped into the chair next to her. Well, if you unequivocally insist upon my prolonged presence, on Tentling communication. Brenda, still under the impression that they were on a romantic dinner date with Artie, leaned in flirtatiously. Do you possess any objection if Mott merely partake of a minute portion from your serving, Mr. Bumble? She asked, looking at Barty. Ve kep ite hat alluring eyes. Orsley Ball, always eager to mimic Brenda's social cues, giggled. Oh, Artie, is this not merely to absolutely expire from sheer delight, Mr. Bumble? You possess a diminutive crumb situated upon your labial extremity. Permit me to facilitate its removal. To wipe at Barty's mouth. Barty's mouth. Omatopicai. Slapping her hand away. I shall attend to the cleansing of my own oral orifice. Thank you most sincerely. The crestfallen protested. Maud was merely endeavoring to furnish a minor service to all parties involved. All parties involved. Omer pissed. Artie, seizing this moment of diversion, tried to slip away again. Maud harbored the distinct impression that you were departing to procure. Dessert! Brenda exclaimed. In a tide. Maud am utterly completed with the main course, Artie declared. Gondai. So there you are, my dear. Artie, you comprehend. If a poet articulates his innermost emotions through the elegant medium of verbiage, well, Maud can scarcely await to discern how a master culinary artist et u shehat hat as your esteemed self expresses his innermost passions. Brenda purred, looking at him suggestively. Phone rang. Artie lunged for it, utterly relieved. Maud am compelled to attend to the telephonic apparatus. Hello? Oh, greetings, Artie. No. Do not initiate an ascent to this location. I shall descend. He hung up, his face a mask of fresh panic. Barnaby, what precisely is transpiring here? Brenda demanded, her patience rapidly eroding. Rosent. Artie stammered, pointing upwards. Again. He is experiencing an acute fever. He is desperately requesting broccoli. He dashed out the door again. Osticaeus. Distilled Drepli, meanwhile, an unlikely refuge. A large, antique armoire. Brenda and the Poppy, now deeply concerned by Artie's increasingly erratic behavior, turned their attention to the distressed landlord. Bumble. Mr. Bumble, Brenda called out, how are you endeavoring to conceal your person from our scrutiny? Please, emerge forth, omitting Yabri. Barted from within the armoire. Mot am unequivocally not placing a solitary pedal extremity beyond this protective enclosure until Artie makes his anticipated return. Brenda groaned. Oh, splendid. Who, pray tell, can ascertain when that particular eventuality will manifest itself? He might have embarked upon an additional journey upstairs to diligently check on Chet once more. Perhaps we, too, ought to proceed thither. Warning, paused. Subtly, Poppy, however, of practical thought, piercing through her usual naivete. Brenda, are you not, perchance, gripped by apprehension concerning the act of exposing your esteemed self to his pervasive germs? Nature. Brenda, her empathetic nature overriding any biological concerns, merely shrugged. Hey, if Maud genuinely care about an individual, Maud do not, in the slightest, harbor any reservations concerning the act of exposing my person to any perceived pathogens. Homenby, Heather, Bumble, the Dromar boys. Okay, if you are unequivocally unwilling to emerge forth, then we are, without hesitation, proceeding to visit Chet, Queseti, from within. Read, the armoire, suddenly adopted a strangely calm tone. Splendid. Kindly extend a telephonic communication to my person upon your arrival in Azure Bay City. Brenda paused, bewildered. What? Azure Bay City? Mr. Bumble, we are currently in Azure Bay City. He sighed dramatically. Yeah. That is precisely the geographical destination where Chet has absconded to for the entirety of the weekend. A truly fortunate chap, Ising said at Yaman. Moir, utterly speech. Listly, Artie then reappeared, looking strangely serene. That was truly commendable. An excellent theatrical performance. Maud am unequivocally prepared for the commencement of dessert. And what about your esteemed person, Brenda? Though spinning from the days, and Artie's had bewildering events, could only stammer. Well, Weasley. Artie, meanwhile, had triumphantly pulled out a glistening, magnificent chocolate mousse pie. The chocolate mousse pie! The chocolate mousse pie! He beamed. I shall instantaneously return, and he dashed back into the kitchen. However, had had enough. Artie, we fervently desire to engage in discourse with your person, Brenda declared, storming towards the kitchen. Emerged from the kitchen, still clutching the glorious choc mousse pie, his face a bewildered mess, often or adigin below it. He looked from Brenda-eyed, accusatory glare, to the armoires where Barty was still hiding, then to the still open door where Dizzy Dubois, having returned to collect Artie her date, stood with a deeply annoyed expression. Well, pray tell, are you? Dizzy demanded, pointing at Brenda and Poppy. On field are we? Who? Brenda retorted, incredulous. Who, pray tell, are you? Binney, in a desperate attempt to restore some semblance of order to the unfolding disaster, stammered, yeah. Maud shall instantaneously return. Dizzy. Poppy. Brenda. Splendid. You are all physically present here. Mott was merely on the precipice of furnishing a comprehensive explanation. You see, Dizzy is Brenda, and this is Poppy. They are, in fact, my esteemed roommates. Mott solemnly promised them an evening meal, but Mott also, regrettably, but solemnly promised you an evening meal. Mott diligently endeavored to contact your esteemed person via telephonic means. She, regrettably, unesteemed person. His Tenelby did not receive my thrice not, in point of fact, diligently endeavored to contact your esteemed person, Weshiden. Her expression, a thundercloud. Well, you unequivocally asserted his fractured narrative. Artie pressed on, desperate to connect the dots of his fractured narrative, to prepare an evening meal for her. But Mott also ardently desired to prepare an evening meal for your esteemed persons, and Mott did, in fact, achieve that. Mott meticulously prepared an evening meal for her, and for your esteemed selves. What? So, you comprehend, Olben, Offany. Olben, Mott undertook offer coer onaby, offer an evening meals for you. 3 female individuals, Brenda and Poppy, finally seeing the pieces of Artie's elaborate deception click into place, stared at him in horrified silence. Dizzy, however, was already taking mental tally, holding up a 4th finger. Make that 4 female individuals. You appear to be numerically challenged, Artie. He winced. You see, here is precisely where the convoluted explanation commences to acquire a considerably more intricate layer of complexity. You see? My esteemed companion, Chet, opened on Commodore. He's a sick of my Juanar bald. Just then, swung open the armoire door and stepped out, looking strangely rejuvenated. He wore an old-fashioned nightcap and walked with a deliberately exaggerated stoop, using a gnarled walking stick, omnimations. A distinguished gray was now shockingly, artificially white. His eyes peered out from behind a pair of ludicrously thick bifocals. "Oh, Artie!" Barty exclaimed, his voice crackling with an almost theatrical agedness. Onid methodolit. To induce the females to return to their inherent sensibilities. You comprehend, merely communicating to Brenda and Poppy, that Mott am, by chronological standards, onolomentic, superannuated, will unequivocally prove ineffective. Mott mean. What Mott am truly compelled to achieve is to demonstrate to them my venerable age. So, Optuil conceived. Plan. What Mott am preparing to undertake is to meticulously dye my coiffure, an unequivocally pristine, pristine white, you comprehend, and Mott am planning to acquire some formidable bifocal lenses, exceedingly thick in their optical prescription. Mott can, in fact, all barely discern objects through them. Then Mott shall acquire a robust cane, and Mott shall ambulate with an intentional pronounced stoop, in precisely this decrepit fashion. When you bear witness to this dramatic spectacle, Mott are going to procure a rocking chair and an additional old rock with my esteemed person. And even that, Artie, will hardly convince them of my advanced years. Awfully, did you know we for breathem? Looking proudly at Artie. Well, what is your discerning assessment of this ingenious stratagem? Entry Brendrai. Poppy and Dizzy all stared at Barty, utterly speechless. Otmoff his bizarre transformation and even stranger explanation. After a moment, Artie, seeing the profound, unshakable confidence in Barty's eyes, managed a weak smile. Ombi dramatatite. You are unequivocally correct, Mr. Bumble. It unequivocally will not work. Qui obiniesta. Barty's face crumpled slightly, then almost immediately straightened, waiting Artie instantly. Artie, that is my fundamental predicament. That, my dear Artie, is my perennial malediction. I deeply regret this pervasive attractiveness. Thank you for your assistance, Artie. You are always so helpful. You still stoop nod, shuffled back into the armoire, satisfied that he had shared his profound wisdom. Exasperated by the entire surreal scene, slammed her hands on the counter. I shall communicate an additional observation to your esteemed person, Artie. You are a profoundly untidy gastronomist. Be stood by, off noticed, holding the chocolate mousse pie. His world a shambles of confused women and delusional landlords. He sighed. Thank you, you are Brenda. Brenda, my deepest apologies. He offered the pie to Brenda, whose face remained a thundercloud of righteous indignation. Any zu fontoscope. Wasabias lisnu, her evening, he realized. Far beyond what the scope of any single chocolate mousse pie, watting in a ties. 3S Company was videotaped in front of a studio audience, traumatized. Word count, previous section was good, start to expand. Mot V focused on internal monologues, exaggerated descriptions, and physical comedy, keeping the character voices consistent. With continuation. He still, unannoyedly, ultraumatamate. Alfu, were target, need to continue this level of detail for each remaining episode. Ekit, roughly tam, hum den mui, hum, words per episode. This pace is achievable on all McHale's consistently and reinforce the Azure Bay setting. He's still on traumatiden. By Wesley's Velgubelite on traumatized.
Persist a theme song.
Once again, invaded apartment 2B of the Coral Cove, a gentle yet insistent reminder of the peculiar domestic arrangements within. Arthur Penhaligon, his apron askew, was grappling with a particularly stubborn wrinkle on a pair of Chet Champollion S trousers. Carmichael stood by, arms crossed, with a rhythmic impatience that bespoke her innate practicality. Poppy Featherstone was meticulously rearranging a shelf of peculiar seashells, her brow furrowed in concentration. Bondan. Artie, they are inquiring whether Mott should proceed with the meticulous pressing of your trousers or not. Brenda inquired, her voice edged with a burgeoning exasperation. Call wrestling with the garment. Kindly suspend that thought for a fleeting moment, Brenda. Kamanabe allocation. Who? Alpadi. Disregard the matter entirely. Artie. Mott do not possess an indefinite temporal allocation. Artie, realizing his clothes were now at risk, spun around. Hey, what about my trousers, Brenda? Polydis. Brenda, without breaking eye contact, pointed a finger towards his bedroom. Proceed within and meticulously position them under your mattress, then assume a recumbent posture for a while. The inherent pressure might, in time, prove salutary. Quamatide. Artie stared at her, utterly dumbfounded, then sighed dramatically. Brenda, come now. It will merely consume a solitary minute. Mott implore you. Please. In dual volumes. A look that conveyed volumes. Quanly apologize, Artie. Mott am genuinely sorry. Honestly, my most sincere and heartfelt apologies. I was simply not exercising adequate cognitive consideration. Have we been compelled to communicate to your esteemed person the stringent proscription against divesting yourself of all your attire in our immediate presence? Wadin, lisiit. Artie threw his hands up in despair, realizing he'd apparently undressed in his efforts to press the pants, and Mort articulated my apologies, and Mort proffer my solemn vow that I shall never, unequivocally, never, undertake such an action again. Okay. Perhaps there yet remains a modicum of hope for your continued moral amelioration. Offiting Sully. Brenda sighed, then, with a long-suffering shake of her head, accepted the trousers from him. Here you are, Brenda. Artie exclaimed, grateful for her intervention. Artie, you are executing this with commendable precision, and most ardently desire to present a perfectly impeccable visage for my impending employment opportunity tomorrow. Remain still, Artie. Mot. Ace. Mot, Brenda began, trying to suppress a sigh. Ontling in Trontlate, Alba non-filig. Chet Champollion, prone to ill-timed entrances, strolled in, affecting an air of casual nonchalance. Look, if Mot am inadvertently interrupting any delicate domestic arrangements here. Onba traumatized. Brenda's, a venomous look. Come now, Chet, pray tell, what is the specific nature of your current exigency? Bully. Chet shrugged, an exaggerated gesture of magnanimity. Maud can, most assuredly, return at a later, more propitious temporal juncture. I merely desire to ascertain whether you possess the inclination to consecrate the evening in the esteemed company of an exceptionally comely young lady. On oration. Arnety, his earlier predicament, feigned disinterest. No, my sincere thanks, Chet. I would, in point of fact, considerably prefer to consecrate the evening in the esteemed company of Brenda. Ontomary smirk. Widened, entirely missing. Artie as feigned disinterest. Well, Mot comprehensively grasp your meaning, Artie. Another occasion, perhaps. I shall anticipate that future engagement. Congeniality. Just a fleeting moment, Chet. What precisely do you signify by you comprehensively grasp my meaning? What genre of insulting insinuation is that? Pray tell. Ompinution. Intently, iced. Chet, sensing a pseudo-storm, immediately attempted to backpedal. Hey! Do not permit yourself to become emotionally agitated, Brenda. What 2 out of 3 esteemed roommates undertake in the private sanctuary of their own designated living quarters is unequivocally their own business. Their own business, Obby, a span of a couple of days. Brenda, Bialoc jaw dropped. Just because Poppy are progenitors for a span of a couple of days does not unequivocally imply that Artie and Mot are engaged in illicit activities out here. Replied. Chet, utterly bewildered sudden explosion, threw up his hands in surrender. Oh, my divine providence! Do not permit yourself to become excessively perturbed with my person. Hey, splendid. Away with you all, Wenti Omatayust. Brenda glared at Chet, then sighed, rubbing her temples. Listen, Chet. Mot ardently desire to retire at an early hour tonight, because Mot commence my newfound employment opportunity at the Rusty Spatula Diner tomorrow. Bushelmu, Yistai. Chet mused, his interest piqued by the culinary aspect. Gitomunikinti, traumatized. Hey, look, if I should, perchance, drop in one specific evening and communicate to the esteemed maitre that Mot am a cherished companion of the culinary master, in the Genchuan is meist. Do offer your intet might secure a table. Offering a rather picturesque vista, overlooking the gargantuan receptacle for discarded organic material. Brenda fixed him with a withering look. Listen, Chet, perhaps it is merely a diner, but commencing tomorrow, it is unequivocally going to be serving some exceptionally delectable comestibles, the absolute pinnacle of culinary excellence. She paused, gathering her thoughts into your insically, enolis, oddly. 3. Mot am intending to introduce an unparalleled element of undeniable class to that particular establishment. Observation. Vesen, Poppy, hemzesquid, hikor, seplis, quet, froma, heplit, finally looked up from her shell arrangement. Only if you meticulously shave your lower limb regions, Brenda. Unamient lice. Then, with a sigh, resigned herself to the absurdity of her roommates. Met am quite certain I shall. Well, Artie, Met shall bid you a good night. Do endeavor to attain some semblance of peaceful repose when in the listy, traumatized. The following morning, a bastion of chrome and linoleum on the bustling main street of Azure Bay bustled with the predictable morning rush, askew on his head. Artie Penhalcomat again, sporting a pristine white chef's hat perched somewhat askew on his head, moved with a controlled if occasionally frantic grace between the sputtering grill and the clanging dish station, Ponabe. His boss, Loretta Lola Volpone, a formidable woman with a booming voice and a perpetually disapproving frown, barked orders from behind the counter. Undimais. Hamburger, fried potatoes, and a cheeseburger to go. Lola bellowed, pushing a ticket towards Artie. Cheeseburger on a transatlantic. Artie chirped, adapting his usual flamboyant flair to the fast-paced diner jargon. Right, the playface said, special. A grizzled trucker grumbled from a stool. We sent 'em, Anabi. One desk snapped back, coming up for the distinguished gentleman. She gave Artie a pointed look. You are unequivocally in charge of the execution. Ongt Ionid. Act. Artie confirmed, trying to keep his composure. Or she told spies. Okay. Huet. Hey. You are performing with considerable competence, young man. She sounded almost surprised, knitting his brow. You appear somewhat surprised by this assessment, Lola. Ontimosized. Well, it is inaugural professional day, and events tend to acquire a rather frenetic pace within this establishment. Lola retorted, unapologetic, wasty stare, offhandly. Well, please do, harbor any anxiety concerning my personality, declared, beaming with misplaced confidence. Mot execute culinary preparations with remarkable efficacy when subjected to intense pressure. Gu raised an eyebrow. Really, a true revelation, out his chest. Mot am. What is colloquially known as a pressure cooker? You see, Wantiklight. Because Mot am simultaneously engaged in the act of culinary preparation, and there exists a considerable amount of pressure, ometize. A delightful sense of inherent humor, you understand. Mot am profoundly fond of that particular quality, all ecomatized. Then, with a slow, deliberate smirk, reached out and gave Artie a surprisingly firm pat on his backside. Oh, Artie, we are destined to develop an exceedingly harmonious professional relationship. You comprehend. He jumped, startled by the unexpected touch. But before he could respond, a new customer entered. Or feast. Lola barked, pushing Artie towards the front. Hi, Brenda. Hi. Can Mot render assistance to your esteemed person, my dear? Onder, looking refreshed and cheerful in her work attire, beamed. Can Mot have orange juice, a sweet roll, and a cup of coffee, if you please? Artie? By Lola. S-touch, plastered on a professional smile. You can obtain anything your heart desires, my dear. Vivian. Mot, Would prefer a donut and a cup of coffee. A gruff voice grumbled from behind Brenda, fully benized. Kindly grant my person a sufficient temporal opportunity. If you would be so kind, buddy. He then turned back to Brenda, affecting a smooth, charming demeanor. Can Mott procure some cream and granular sweetener for your esteemed caffeinated beverage? We, meanwhile, had found another ticket. Franks and beans and shake and stuff. Shake and break a cowboy, she bellowed, her eyes fixed on Artie with an unnerving intensity. Artie's head snapped up. Shake and break a cowboy, Lola. Ori, Westinghamplet. Lola shot back, her smirk widening. Of course. She, Lola added, nodding towards a new waitress, will attend to your particular order. Excuse my momentary departure for just a fleeting second, Artie, on the Singprai Grieve. And with that, Lola disappeared into storeroom, but not before delivering another, equally firm and entirely unwelcome, pat to Artie's backside. A bristled, but immediately had to attend to the bewildering order. Franks and beans. Break and shake, a cowboy. We are engaged in discursive exchange pertaining to breaking and breaking and on a bold. Artie let out a small strangled yelp as he felt the distinct sensationed hand lingering a moment. Too long as she passed him, he spun around, trying to catch her, but she was already gone, traumatized. He took a deep breath, trying to compose himself. Brenda, sensing something was amiss, gave him a concerned look. Excuse me, Artie, are you quite well? On any chant. Obtain it. Artie muttered to himself, subtly trying to wipe his backside with his apron. Oh, here, permit my person. Off reappeared, her eyes twinkling mischievously. Mrs. Marconi, your order is ready. Yes, Artie, she asked, looking innocent. On oyster. Mott Artie stammered, completely flustered, in with a demanding customer. Swept past him, delivering another subtle, yet undeniable, pat. Young man, do you perchance possess a diet special on your menu? The customer inquired. Ogin's nor Lola's escalating behavior turned to the customer. Diet special. Diet special. Yes, we most assuredly do. Pulmimately, achromatide, agreed. Mott shall partake of 2 of them, and a chocolate milkshake. Advertised. 2 diet specials and a chocolate milkshake for a tuna salad on rice. Artie. Lola barked, once again, delivering a firm squeeze to Artie. Sabicep as she passed him. Hold the bell. Oh, ham and eggs over easy. Whole wheat toast. She then glared at Artie. Where, precisely, is my designated hamburger? We threw up his hand in despair. You have inexplicably misplaced the hamburger, Lola. Weightily. Lola retorted, exasperated. You neglected to produce the hamburger. Went to Tronigans. Oh, well, Mott, am intimately aware of its precise whereabouts, Artie declared, trying to sound confident. Kindly suspend your impatient demands. How about a bowl of savory chicken soup? A swift, practiced motion delivered another squeeze to Artie's forearm. Office, Obby. Soup. But permit my person to merely extract this particular item. Here is the egg precisely there. Okay, whoa, Artie. Reverse your trajectory. Observe the beans, and Lola then delivered another pointed jab to Artie's ribs. Sustain our efforts there for a mere second. Okay, let us proceed with that. And the, dogs. Dogs. Come now, dogs. Proceed with your locomotion, you diminutive canines. Who? Onang biyukaist. As constant physical intrusions finally let out a desperate cry of frustration. I shall undertake that culinary preparation, Artie, Brenda declared, having witnessed Artie's palpable discomfort. Did traumatize. Oh, hey, you know what? You are performing with commendable efficiency, Brenda. Volpon. Artie blurted out, still flustered. Unconcentrate. Lola's eyes narrowed. It is merely an uncomplicated task once one acquires the requisite. Hey! Whoa, Artie! She grabbed him again, preventing him from colliding with a passing waiter. My apologies for that momentary physical intervention. Hot stuff! Artie just stared at her. Brenda, ever the professional, interjected. Thank you, Mrs. Volpone. How about my bowl of savory chicken soup, Artie? Oi, still reeling, could barely process the request. You are destined to acquire the chicken soup at this precise moment, Brenda. Maud am diligently engaged in its preparation. He dashed back to the grill, acutely aware of Lola's lingering gaze, onling from Menkel. What? He mumbled as Lola passed him again, delivering yet another physical encouragement. Obtain it, Brenda. Artie whispered frantically to Brenda as he frantically tried to assemble the soup order. Artie. Diligently inspect it. We are proceeding in that particular direction. Okay. Now permit my person to position it upon my O. Artie let out another startled yelp as Lola, seemingly by accident, brushed against him with an alarming intimacy. Utterly fed up, Sor snatched the bowl of chicken soup and, with a desperate surge of indignation, dipped his finger into it, then, theatrically, tasted it. Hey, what, precisely, is the matter with your person, Artie? Lola demanded, glaring at him. A sickly smile. Oh, Mort merely desired to ascertain that this was, in fact, the correct variety of soup. Chicken, is it not? He shoved the bowl into Brenda's hand. Yeah, just consume that, Brenda. This entire situation is considerably more amusing than it initially appears. I can shoot disbelief. Brenda, holding of profound disbelief. Artie knew, with grim certainty, that his employment at the Rusty Spatula Diner was destined to be short-lived. Onsabit. Later that evening, the tranquility of apartment 2B was a welcome contrast to the frenetic chaos of the Rusty Spatula, Whitey inhodenized. Gingerly rubbing his backside, while Brenda Carmichael listened, a mixture of sympathy and thinly veiled amusement on her face. Wenist, traumatized. It is the clun-varnished truth, Brenda Seta, Artie his voice. Bordering on a whine, she simply could not manage to keep her insistent hands off my esteemed person. Ort an eyebrow. Oh, Artie, you articulate that precise sentiment concerning every single female individual you encounter. Artie groaned. This was unequivocally not a mere female individual, Brenda. Mott wasn't essentially, professionally collaborating with a veritable octopus. He shifted uncomfortably, then winced, frequently, mocked, squeezing on person, often baptized. Mott, Brenda, every rotational movement. There she invariably was, hitting on my person, squeezing this, grabbing that. Only Stonde schnifted, bent to a more serious concern. Grabbing what, Artie? Artie lowered his voice to a conspiratorial, autorial whisper. Where, precisely, do you habitually find yourself subjected to a surreptitious pinch, Brenda? Brenta's widened slightly. Then a blush crept up her neck. Oh, She cleared her throat, then gave him a more genuinely sympathetic look. Hey, you are genuinely experiencing considerable emotional agitation concerning this. Are you not, Artie? Onze mate again. Artie practically shrieked, sitting bolt upright. Onshell. Why, pray tell, would Mott be agitated? Questional Clontai. Just because Mott consecrated an entire 8-hour professional engagement, adeptly evading the persistent clutches of a veritable sex fiend, often discolored, with contusions that Mott can scarcely assume a sitting posture. Why, pray tell, Gunufchum be agitated? Stifled a small giggle. Mort, am genuinely delighted that you are not experiencing any agitation, Artie. She then opened the door as a knock sounded. Come in. Go traumatized. It was Chet Champollion, dressed in his customary flamboyant attire, but this time with a rare look of genuine concern on his face. Hi, Artie. Only traumatized. Hi, Ed. Artie mumbled, slumping back into the sofa. Awful events transpire concerning your newfound employment opportunity. Chet inquired, surveying Artie's disheveled state, up his hands in despair. Can you unequivocally ascertain that, Chet? Terribly. Wine. Pray tell has transpired. Chet pressed. Omfan attentively. Artie, his esteemed employer, consistently sits engaged in hitting on his person. Chet, Brenda interjected, unwilling to let Artie's predicament go unremarked. Comitium callis and Gotaby. Chet's expression morphed into one of profound disgust. That is truly repugnant. Would fervently permit him to successfully abscond with such an egregious act. Brenda corrected him. It is unequivocally not a him, Chet. Demanding again. Oh, Chet said, then brightened considerably. Then what, pray tell, is the subject of your profound lamentation? Oitingatestide. Stared at Chet, speechless for a moment. What the subject of my profound lamentation? Would you genuinely care to witness the irrefutable evidence? He made a tentative move to show him. Intermeans. Brenda, however, do not gaze upon it. Chet, do not gaze upon it. His posterior region is entirely discolored. Vekep ite. Hat, black and blue contusions. Unchialoitroin. Chet, its eyebrow, shot up. How do you possess such intimate knowledge of that anatomical detail? Renda shrugged. You know, Artie, you would unequivocally not perceive this situation as equally humorous if your esteemed employer consistently engaged in hitting on your esteemed person. Artie nodded emphatically. That is precisely what Maud consistently articulate to him, Brenda. Listen, Artie, the subsequent occasion she endeavors such an action, all you are required to undertake is to communicate to her that you are unequivocally not that genre of gentleman. Mir looked at him, unconvinced. Yeah, just articulate to her that your Thetis steadfast heart belongs to an entirely different individual. Chet pressed, offerty-wise. Brenda, shaking her head, corrected him. Or Artie, it is unequivocally not his heart she is persistently pinching. He, utterly exasperated, threw up his hands. Oh, you two are proving to be of colossal assistance. Disregard the entire matter. Mott shall personally attend to its resolution myself. Louis narrowed. How, Artie? How? Pray, tell, will you achieve this? Louis Holby, autist. Well, Artie declared, a flicker of renewed determination in his eyes. I shall merely endeavor to handle it in my own distinctive fashion. Conocibius, puzzled. What, Artie, are your proposed actions? Adopted turned other cheek. Chet. Mott shall merely turn the other cheek. Chet, bewilderment. Brenda, in meal, Tisty, who is. The next day, Artie knew strategy of passive resistance. Armed, he gritted his teeth and endured Lola's relentless, unwelcome physical attention, hoping his dignified silence would eventually convey his disapproval. They coexisted for long. Rarely coexisted. Hold on, agree. Comically, having frustrated. Hentley. Apartment 2B. Lola Volponen followed him was not far behind, her usually gruff demeanor now replaced by a look of bewildered frustration. Brenda and Poppy, alerted by the raised voices, quickly emerged from their rooms. Auntie. Oh, Artie. Good night. Thank you for gracing my establishment with your presence, Lola said, her voice dripping with sarcasm, holding Artie's chef hat like a sacrificial trophy. Artie glared at her. Lola, you are exceptionally jittery today, really. Mott am consumed by curiosity as to the specific reason why. Orsinist. Well, here Mott am, Artie. Huh? You communicated that you desire to engage in discourse with my person. Enticed. Mott did? Oh, yeah, Mott did. I did indeed. He cleared his throat. Here is my distinguished ponytail. We shall beote hat. Assume a sitting posture over here. Absolutely, Artie. Now, what, precisely, is the specific nature of the current impediment? Lola asked, maintaining a surprisingly calm demeanor, clearly sensing Artie's reluctance. Mino took a deep breath. Well, actually, that, Lola, is the fundamental impediment. Maud possesses a strong disinclination towards being physically touched, whilst Maud am engaged in professional duties. It tends to induce a state of profound nervous agitation within my person. Lola raised an eyebrow. But you are unequivocally not engaged in professional duties at this precise moment, Artie. You fristed. A state of profound nervous agitation within my person, Artie insisted, flustered, mortentized. Lola, Maud ardently desire her responsibilities, and nothing else. I mean, if Maud am consistently gripped by nervous agitation, Maud shall unequivocally be incapable of executing a commendable performance, which is fundamentally unjust to your esteemed person. I mean, unequivocally, unable at least to perceive, had to be. If Maud am perpetually scrutinizing my unequivocally unable to perceive that which lies directly before my visual perception, I simply cannot function professionally in that particular manner of wall of the situation. Maud fervently hope you grasp the nuances of my predicament. Unchendly oproltui. For a long moment, a slow, predatory smile spreading across her face. Of course, Maud comprehensively grasp your meaning, Artie. Unti, with relief. You do, patiently, grasp your meaning. In its entirety, Lola confirmed, her voice eerily calm. And you are hereby officially terminated. Normatized. Privy to is her unilaterally terminating my employment. Artie recounted dramatically later that evening, slumping onto the sofa. Brenda, her usual calm demeanor now replaced by a simmer of indignation, paced furiously, equally, clutching a rather fatted teddy bear. Looked genuinely distraught. Artly, that is truly deplorable. Artie. Lola Chet. Chet commented, having heard the tale through Brenda. Chet merely shrugged. You ought to have maintained the silence of your oral cavity. Winfineus. Come on, Chet, way sumpum fursumile. How would it destiny me to be, with your esteemed tatin? Person, if some individual, were perpetually shadowing your movements, abyssmical location, consistently engaging in physical contact with you. At every conceivable anatomical location, guanite fight, perpetuating all over your esteemed person. And Brenda paused, on of you sasson. Then let out an exasperated hand at Chet. Look who Mott am currently posing the question to. A suave, dismissive wave. But Chet is unequivocally correct. You comprehend, Artie. It was a lamentable error to utter anything whatsoever. Poppy interjected, always prone to seek harmonious solutions, offering a listing. He's still quite for traumatized. Brenda scoffed. No error for her to unilaterally terminate your employment. It is fundamental legal contrary to established legal statutes. Often don't bend. Chet's eyes lit up his usual glibness, replaced by an unexpected flash of legal savvy. To terminate the employment of a culinary artist, he questioned, genuinely surprised, of a traumatized. No, Brenda corrected vehemently. It is fundamentally contrary to established legal statutes to terminate the employment of an individual who possesses a disinclination to engage in undesirable games, if you grasp my precise meaning. Qual, Arnold, by, Arnold Brentized. Chet snapped his fingers. Come on, Brenda. Who conveyed that particular piece of legalistic information to your esteemed person? Quickly composed himself. My esteemed secretary. Mot mean no. Mot merely. Mot gleaned it through another esteemed salesman, a rather grapevine sort of informational dissemination, and Mot. He grabbed Artie's discarded coffee cup. My profound gratitude for the refreshing beverage. Quitting, traumatized. Brenda stared at Chet, a slow dawning of realization on her face. Well, what, pray tell, do you comprehend? Chet has, at long last, articulated a sentiment that possesses a modicum of logical coherence. Poppy nodded in solemn agreement, however remained sullen. Yeah, Mott ought to have maintained the silence of my oral cavity. We begin. Pantley, Brenda stamped her foot. No, Artie. Come now. This is an unequivocally clear-cut instance of gender-based workplace harassment. You could institute legal proceedings against your esteemed employer and thereby successfully reclaim your employment. Ultimal traumatized. Up in despair. Look, Brenda, just endeavor to dismiss the entire unfortunate incident from your consciousness, all right? Contautly surikend. What was exceptionally embarrassing. All right, Buddy Ben, Anna White, nobler, prefer that the entire global population not be apprised of the humiliating details. Antony sound. Well, it is already too late, Artie. You have already divulged the particulars to Chet. Pauses with eyes. Artie forthwith his hand, dismissively. Are you jesting? Male individuals do not engage in gossiping. Chet will unequivocally abstain from communicating anything whatsoever. Omidai chuckled, a mischievous glint in his eye. Oh, Quamantati. Brenda resumed her furious pacing. You simply cannot permit her to successfully escape unpunished for such an egregious transgression. Hi, Artie. A voice chimed from the doorway. It was Barty Bumble, his eyes wide, with a mixture of gossip and misplaced paternal concern. Offing Hesnaby. Artie, listen, that particular female individual possessed no inherent right to subject your person to such a dehumanizing treatment, Barty declared, addressing Artie directly, completely ignoring Brenda and Poppy. She treated you akin to a sex object. We bristled. Sex object? Brenda nodded in agreement. Otis. Barty leaned in, conspiratorially. She merely retained your esteemed presence for one singular motive, and one singular motive only. So, why do you not compel her to compensate you for such an ignominious experience? Bolt in his mirth let out a snicker. What, pray tell, is this? Some female individual is purportedly going to financially compensate Artie. You must be engaged in jest, Gwynnin. Barty, catching Chet's eye, raised an indignant eyebrow. Mr. Bumble, what precisely is she going to financially compensate him with? Chet? Pixie dust? Brenda demanded, still furious with Chet's callousness onto the autized. Barty ignored her, addressing Barty directly. Mr. Bumble, did you perchance require anything specific? Off might. Oh, not merely. Just been apprised of Artie's unfortunate cessation of employment, and Maud Barty began. Untily tenty. Brenda crossed her arms. Where, pray tell, did you acquire that particular piece of confidential information, Mr. Bumble? On to Semple. Barty merely shrugged. Well, Chet, merely communicate the specific to my person. Anyway, if there is absolutely anything Maud can endeavor to undertake, Entlease. Come lies. Brenda declared, seizing the opportunity. You can render assistance to my person in persuading Artie to institute legal proceedings against his esteemed employer. The boy looked shocked. To institute legal proceedings. Why, pray tell, Mr. Bumble. To rigorously fight for his inherent rights. Mr. Bumble! Mr. Bumble, the sole motivating factor for her unilateral termination of his employment was his definitive instruction to her to restrain her intrusive physical contact. Gunigad. Barty's jaw dropped. You are engaged in jest. No, she is unequivocally not engaged in jest. The female individual was consistently making inappropriate physical contact with his esteemed person, Wilbatiti mused, suddenly looking quite disturbed. How profoundly awful that must have been. Osmites. Relentlessly. So, you can unequivocally discern, Mr. Bumble, that this is an unequivocally clear-cut instance of gender-based workplace harassment. Barty blinked. Are you profoundly certain of that particular legal classification? Brenda threw up her hands. Of course, Maud am profoundly certain. Did you not accurately hear the assertions we just made? Maud mean. Are you profoundly certain it is harassment and not harassment? Want. What? He merely continued, unperturbed by Poppy's query. Some individuals articulate harassment, and some individuals are to articulate harassment. What fundamental distinction does it possibly engender? Frequently, utterly tore her hair out. It engenders a profound multitude of distinctions, Mr. Bumble. If perchance it ever befalls my own person, Maud shall lack the requisite linguistic knowledge to accurately pronounce the nature of my plight. Wantuli cries. Find it utterly intolerable if we reverted to engaging in discourse concerning Artie as particular predicament? Brenda asked, barely containing her frustration. Haughtily, Barty merely shrugged. Maud harbored the distinct impression that is precisely the totality here, of our current discursive engagement. Artie let out a pained cry, clutching his head. Ow! Just endeavor to dismiss the entire matter from your consciousness, all right? Maud am unequivocally not proceeding to institute legal proceedings. Maud am unequivocally not preparing to make a colossal buffoon of my own person. Unfeel, Honaby. Artie, come now. It is considerably more commendable to be perceived as a buffoon than to be irrevocably labeled a coward or bolt upright. What, precisely is that supposed to signify? Oddly. Oh, Artie, Brenda sighed, a rare softness in her voice. You sound precisely like all those valiant female individuals who have been subjected to unprovoked assaults, trepidation at the prospect of providing their testimony because they harbor no desire to experience emotional embarrassment. Binghamton. Yeah. But wait a minute, Artie. Artie, broke him in. To put an immediate cessation to her actions prior to her inflicting this indignity upon some other unsuspecting individual. Yeah. If she successfully perpetrated this act upon a gentleman of your formidable masculine stature, umbilical. Can you conceivably envision the egregious action she would inflict upon a regular, ordinary gentleman, such as my esteemed self? Artie, witimatist. Socials. Anyway, Artie, you could procure the services of an attorney from the County Legal Assistance Program, and it would unequivocally not incur a single unit of financial cost, caused by the combined weight of their arguments. Finally, threw up his hands in surrender. Brenda, for the very final time, no. No legal practitioners, no judicial proceedings, absolutely nothing. All right? Please, just endeavor to contemplate the matter over. Or traumatized, who weet. Brenda, then, unexpectedly, shrugged. Mott have thoroughly contemplated the matter over, Artie, and Mott perceive your perspective as ultimately valid. Chet stared at her, utterly shocked by her sudden acquiescence. What? They chorused. Onya Liskane. Subsequent to all previous considerations, Artie, it is ultimately his exclusive prerogative. Poppy added, also seeming to agree. Unequivocally correct. Chet said, still slightly bewildered. If he harbors no desire to institute legal proceedings, that is unequivocally his inherent privilege. Intally, uistait. Brenda nodded. Thank you, Artie. If he entertains the notion that his employment is not worthy of arduous contention, that, Artie, is also unequivocally his inherent right. Immensely relieved. Agreed, surprising sift. Brenda S. surprising support. Artie, seizing the opportunity to regain some leverage, stepped forward, his eyes gleaming with entrepreneurial zeal. Astinosti, subsequent to all previously affirmations, Artie. However, this esteemed apartment is unequivocally not, and if you fail to present the requisite rental payment by the designated Tuesday, Mott A.M., unequivocally, waiting matand, instituting legal proceedings against your esteemed persons, Osley Tets. Artie stared at him, then at Brenda, at Chet. A slow, determined glint entered his eyes. So, that is precisely why Mott conceived the notion of engaging in discourse with a legal practitioner, Mr. Higgins. Officeist. Felt a world away from the sunny chaos of the Coral Cove. Artie Penhaligon sat uncomfortably across a large oak desk from a genial, bespectacled lawyer named Mr. Higgins, who was painstakingly taking notes, bonning admirably. Brenda sat beside Artie, a picture of determined advocacy. White. Well, Mr. Penhaligon, Mr. Higgins began, adjusting his spectacles. It is indeed a most unusual legalistic predicament. However, subsequent to my preliminary assessment, am of the considered opinion that you possess a justifiable legal claim. Whiting beamed. Yeah, we shall most assuredly undertake its rigorous prosecution. I traumatized. Artie leaned forward, a hesitant note in his voice. Oh, splendid! Listen, Mr. Higgins, Mott profoundly detest reiterating this query, but are you profoundly certain that this legalistic endeavor will unequivocally not incur any financial costs upon my person? Mr. Higgins smiled reassuringly. Not a solitary cent, Mr. Penhaligon. Not a solitary cent, Mott assure you. He sighed dramatically. Not a solitary cent, you assert, Mr. Higgins. Huh? Boy, Mott fervently hope Mott do not, in due course, achieve the commensurate monetary value of my legal services. Mr. Higgins merely chuckled. If it fails to yield a satisfactory outcome, Mr. Penhaligon, I shall merely endeavor to forget the entire unfortunate incident. Mr. Higgins, Mott merely desired to pose a pertinent query to your esteemed person, a formidable woman with an air of absolute authority. She was Miss Callahan, the senior partner, radiating an almost palpable aura of sharp intellect and unwavering determination. We employer. Miss Callahan, Mr. Higgins announced, slightly flustered. Miss Callahan, this is Mr. Artie Penhaligon. Penhaligon, the complainant for that particular gender-based workplace harassment case. Mott surmise. Ornament. Miss Callahan's narrowed as she scrutinized Artie. Then a slow smile spread across her face. Awfully stay. Of course. Oh, Higgins. That is precisely the specific subject matter I desired to engage in discourse with your esteemed person concerning. You see, Mott fully intend to personally undertake the rigorous prosecution of this particular legal claim myself. Now, contemplably, if you would attend so ply. Manner, if you would be so kind, Higgins, and communicate to my esteemed secretary upon your submission of this particular legal dossier, if you please. Mr. Higgins, clearly deflated, gathered his papers. Oh, right. It was a pleasant conversational exchange with your esteemed person, Mr. Penhaligon. Good luck for all. My sincere thanks, Mr. Higgins, continued the guest. Having effectively usurped the case, gestured regally towards the chair opposite her. Oh, assume a sitting posture, Mr. Penhaligon. Now, kindly enlighten my person. Exactly how did your esteemed employer engage in the deplorable act of harassing your person? On a Cal. Uncomfortably, then took a deep breath, steeling himself. Inaugural day. Mott commenced my professional engagement at the Rusty Spatula Diner, Unigade Offenischen. Again, she immediately commenced the disconcerting act of undressing my person with her optical perception, undenied to it least. The singular manner in which she gazed at my person, he paused, searching for the right description, advice like that. Miss Callahan, you have accurately captured the essence of her penetrating gaze. You, Mr. Penhaligon, are an impoverished individual indeed. Artie, slightly baffled by her assessment, but taking it as sympathetic, nodded. Communicate to your esteemed person. It has been a rather arduous experience. I shall communicate to your esteemed person upon conceptualization. Why do you not? And Mott proceed forthwith to engage in discourse concerning your legal claim over a congenial midday repast. Onius Tentley merely raised an eyebrow. Motem, midday repast. More intimately familiar with one singularly delightful petite dining establishment situated precisely around the corner from this location. She leaned forward, a captivating, almost magnetic intensity in her gaze. Continued, Dindici, the courtroom, halted quelted justice owing to the oddly padded walls, hummed with anticipation. Brenda sat rigidly in the public gallery, her knuckles white, while Chet Champollion, ever the supportive and curious friend, fidgeted beside her. The judge, a severe-looking woman with a perpetually stern expression, presided over the proceedings. Winnie said, "You may now summon your initial witness," the judge intoned, one instant missioning. Miss Callahan rose, confidence. My profound gratitude, Your Honor. If it pleases Your Honor, most ardently desire to call Mr. R.T. Penhaligon to the stand for the purpose of testimony. Onturmatuen leaned over to Brenda, whispering. Mott harbored the distinct impression that R.T. was being represented by a female legal practitioner. Untli Wisil merely shook her head. He was, Chet. That is precisely why he successfully divested himself of her legal services. She began to undress him with her eyes during their initial midday repast, been now visibly offended. Artie approached the witness stand. Oh, Your Excellency, Motam, on Nightlil, all firm, cut him off. Do you solemnly swear to articulate the unvarnished truth, the entire unvarnished truth, and absolutely nothing but the unvarnished truth? Went out. Yes, ma'am. Honor with Entley, we're traumatized. You may now assume a sitting posture, the judge instructed. Now, Mr. Penhaligon, would you be so kind as to recount to this esteemed court the events that transpired on the 10th day of June? Intently, Downaby. He sently traumatized. Artie shifted with the lapels of his borrowed suit. No, Your Honor. It is merely so terribly personal and profoundly humiliating. On again, listen Tenaby. Lawyer. A portly man. Undressing, who replaced the Iron Biscallahan, spoke softly. Mott comprehend that this experience is emotionally embarrassing for your esteemed person, but Mr. Penhaligon. But would you please provide a direct answer to the articulated question? Fight dramatically. Okay. It was the inaugural professional day. Mott commenced my employment. Mott ka noe ve kep. Spices. Would you, perchance, articulate your statements with a modicum more volumetric intensity, if you please? Mr. Penhaligon. Miss Callahan requested. The real Miss Callahan, from Callahan and Higgins, now taking on the case after being reassigned by the judge, who took over from her male colleague. Orsiven Profind. A deep breath. It was my inaugural professional day of employment. A judge, clearly losing patience, interjected. Louder. Mr. Penhaligon. Bellowed, practically bellowed, Osnu. Anna B. Traumatized. It was my inaugural professional day at work, and every single occasion, my esteemed employer approached my immediate proximity, she consistently engaged in the act of pinching my person and grabbing my person. And just where? Pray tell, Ensley Swite traumatized. Of door forfeiting engage. In the act of physically grabbing your person, Miss Callahan asked, guiding his testimony, the contour of his body, pointing to various parts of his body. All over, Your Honor. All over. Yeah. Behind the counter in the storeroom, by the main entrance, on one occasion by the grilling station, where Mott was meticulously preparing hamburgers. Mott very nearly incurred the unfortunate consequence of burning my buns. Miss Callahan nodded sympathetically. Mr. Penhaligon. Did you at any juncture communicate to your esteemed employer your sentiments regarding her insistent sexual advances? Waginicating. Yes, ma'am. Mott unequivocally, Artie confirmed. That is precisely when she unilaterally terminated my employment. Oh, my ties, my hertaille. Miss Callahan turned to the judge. That she unilaterally terminated his employment when all he did was articulate an objection to being consistently pinched and grabbed. Grayson. Artie, remembering the nuances of his ordeal, added, and caressed, Your Honor. There was considerable, entirely unwelcome caressing. Omen by Penhaligon. Continued addressing the court. In other words, Mr. Penhaligon, you consequently lost your employment because you communicated to her your unequivocal unwillingness to submit to this gender-based workplace harassment. The boy's lawyer, a smarmy individual named Mr. Fink, immediately jumped up. Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is leading the witness. Communicate in bound. Overruled. Mott possess no further queries for this particular witness, Mr. Fink. My profound blessings upon your noble endeavor, Winda Fink. Undeterred, approached the witness stand. Just a fleeting moment, Your Honor. Mott possess a pertinent query. If you do not find it objectionable, Mr. Penhaligon, on pre-traumatized. Say. Artie gulped. No, sir. Yes, sir. Is it not an incontrovertible truth that my esteemed client unilaterally terminated your employment cause she was unequivocally not satisfied? Ve capite. Hat your professional performance, Mr. Penhaligon. Committing in again. Brenda, unable to contain herself, burst out from the gallery. Mott object, Your Honor. Artie never even touched her, let alone performed inadequately. Graced. The judge slammed her gavel. Order. Silence in the court. She then turned to Artie. Mr. Penhaligon, did you not inadvertently drop a bowl of scalding hot soup into an unsuspecting customer's lap? Kunsama, flustered, stammered. Yes, Your Honor. Got traumatized. Nearly ignite a catastrophic conflagration within the esteemed diner, the judge pressed. Wilted. Well, yeah, Your Honor. Concontraby. Deny that you are entirely fabricating this wild, improbable narrative merely to obfuscate your own professional incompetence, Mr. Penhaligon. Lola, S. lawyer pressed, his voice dripping with condescension. Olphically. Artie were completely flustered. No. Mott mine. Yes. Wait a minute. That is an unequivocal falsehood. Artie would unequivocally never fabricate a narrative of such an egregious nature, Your Honor. He is far too exceedingly amiable and intrinsically innocent, and he is, moreover, remarkably reserved on Obama's. Brenda exclaimed from the gallery, completely undermining Artie's case with her zealous defense. Banningseef confrontabi. You appear exceptionally concerned about the veracity of this particular witness, Miss Carmichael. One up in the moment, blurted out. Mott unequivocally ought to be. Your Honor. We have been residing together for a continuous period of 4 years. Why? You have, Miss Carmichael. Utter panics. Pleaded. Please, Your Honor. She is merely endeavoring to offer assistance. Mott, fervently hope you do not derive the erroneous impression from her articulated statements. Colton Titley, wreck unfolding, decided to jump in, only to make things exponentially worse. That is unequivocally correct, Your Honor. Just because he resides with 2 female individuals does not unequivocally imply that anything illicit is transpiring. Champollion. 2 female individuals. Mr. Champollion out his chest. Chet. Yeah, 2 female individuals. No. No. Mott, am intimately aware of what you are contemplating, Your Honor, but as a matter of precise fact, everyone entertains the notion that Artie Profit Tofili, unable, bear any more be, practically screamed. Your Honor, could you please, in the name of all, that is just, summarily eject my person from this esteemed courtroom? Ulthalahan, now completely exasperated, stepped, Your Honor. Mott proffer a motion for the immediate dismissal of this entire case. Going to do. To died. Mr. Penhaligon S. Personal life does not concern us here. The sole substantive issue we possess today is the complainant's charge of gender-based workplace harassment. Now, Mott ardently desired to pose a direct query to your esteemed person, Mr. Penhaligon. Promptly responded, "Oh yes, ma'am." Guaybe, quite traumatized. The judge leaned forward. "Mr. Penhaligon, can you unequivocally communicate to my person if that is an exceptionally appealing cologne you are currently adorning? What, pray tell, is its appellation?" Willie Shift stammered, "A mating call. Mott rather believe, Your Honor." From Omatai. "Mating call, you say?" The judge mused, a faint smirk playing on her lips. "How quaintly suggestive. Well, Mott, am genuinely delighted that you find it aesthetically pleasing. Do you consistently maintain your shirt in such an open, revealing manner?" He gulped. "Uh-huh. And those trousers, Mr. Penhaligon, are they not, perchance, rather tight?" The judge probed. Crimson. Tight. Honaby, notion ways. That they effectively turn on female individuals?" The judge inquired, her voice now dangerously calm. Shook his head vigorously. No, Mott. Irresistible. Irrefiston, Offelander. "Do you not concur, Mr. Penhaligon?" The judge kinder. The judge continued, completely dismissing his denial. Omizesbiten. Utterly. Irresistible. Yes, you are all remarkably alike. Sauntering around the metropolis with those tight-fitting trousers and those conspicuously open shirts, exuding an animalistic musk, flaunting your physical person in public, and then, insing and traumatized, when some utterly vulnerable female individual exhibit even the slightest responsive behavior, you feign profound surprise. You are merely asking for it, Mr. Penhaligon. Shame upon your person, automitite." She slammed her gavel with a decisive thwack. "Now you proceed forthwith to your personal quarters, Artie. You assume the responsibility of adorning yourself in some respectable attire. This case is hereby dismissed." Erupted in murmurs. Brenda stared, utterly horrified, while Chet, after an initial moment of confusion, let out a slow whistle. "Just the men's hair, Artie. Just the," he muttered. Ortiz, quite traumatized. As the judge slammed her gavel, the dismissal ringing in his ears, Brenda rushed to his side, furious. "Hold it, Artie. Mott simply cannot believe the evidence presented. Mott cannot believe the evidence presented to my optical faculties. They have definitively misinterpreted Artie's entire situation. Mott am unequivocally changing her judicial decision." He merely looked at her, utterly defeated. "Well, my sincere thanks for your fervent advocacy, Brenda. Mott genuinely appreciate. How, pray tell, are you contemplating achieving such a monumental feat?" Traumatized. Brenda, however, had already spotted a potential ally, Barty Bumble, who had slipped into the back of the courtroom. She marched directly towards him. "Just permit my person to effectively handle this particular situation," Barty declared, puffing out his chest. He then marched directly towards the judge bench. "Your Honor, there has been a profound miscarriage of justice perpetrated within these hallowed halls." Onya Chiratin narrowed her eyes. "Mott beg your esteemed pardon, Mr. Bumble." Wannabeat. "Shh," Chet whispered from the gallery, a gleam in his eye. Profile genuine courage. From the seriousness of the situation, penetrating gaze upon esteemed person. Can you not unequivocally ascertain his intrinsic innocence? Mot mean, one does not accuse a gentleman of perpetrating a hit-and-run offense who has, in point of fact, never even operated a motorized vehicle. Too traumatized. Brenda, Chetty, profound bewilderment. Barty, in his zeal to defend Artie, was getting rather creatively abstract. Quaman agreed. Precisely not lie, one noticed. One does not accuse a gentleman of perpetrating a hit-and-run offense, who has, in point of fact. Never, Barty continued, getting carried away. Into Bumble. Artie, realizing Barnaby in diaper hole, frantically waved his hands. What, pray, prehand, pray tell, is the subject of your discourse, Mr. Bumble? You are alluding to, you comprehend, your profound predicament, he composed himself. Then, realizing his slip, quickly to himself, only, oh no, no, now, relax, Artie. Look, if you are attempting to intentionally mislead this esteemed court, or stating in discerning, awarded the inslable pursing at the end, Barnaby, odd. Percent, of what, other priced, mod am an expert in discerning a female chasing playboy when such an individual is presented before my visual perception. Costami. Artie fru ested, utterly, by Barty's pronouncement, could only stammer. Well, yes. Mot do possess that particular public reputation, Mr. Bumble. Rowena was speaking to the judge. Well, Your Honor, we are engaged in discourse pertaining to Artie here to communicate to your esteemed person. Believe me, Artie could never, by any stretch of the imagination, intentionally, lead a female individual into a state of emotional expectation because he is convinctive, McHale's. Brenda and Chet leaned forward, desperate to hear what Barty would say. Barty puffed out his chest. He is unequivocally guilty. Guilty of being an undeniable scoundrel. Stared at him, aghast. Thank you, Mr. Bumble, the judge said, an amused smirk playing on her lips. Next case. Unhaligan, in a food. Artie Penhaligon, though technically victorious in escaping financial ruin, Barty having miraculously dropped his rental suit against Artie in the ensuing confusion, felt a profound sense of injustice. Lola Volpone had faced no repercussions, and Artie was left with bruised dignity and no job. Gutizi. Days later, at beat. He slumped onto the sofa of apartment 2B, nursing a lukewarm cup of tea. Brenda was watering her plants, still occasionally fuming about the courtroom's absurd verdict. When a knock came at the door. It was Chet, looking unusually somber. Hey, hi Artie. How fared the newfound employment opportunity? On pli du quite. Do not enquire, Chet, mot implore you. Commentate. Has transpired. Chet pressed, genuine concern in his voice. Honest. Artie threw his hands up in despair. The identical narrative, Chet, the very identical phenomenon. Unbingen to 10. Brenda, you are gassed, whirling Artie. Maud harbored the distinct impression that your newfound employer was, in fact, a male individual. Always, Brenda. Artie confirmed, burying his face in his hands. But he possesses a daughter, you see. Oh no. His daughter initiated a persistent campaign of harassment upon your esteemed person, Artie. On his face, a picture of utter, resigned torment. Wait litigation. Brenda, Mot simply could not maintain my mental faculties upon my professional responsibilities. Every single occasion Mot would effect a rotational movement. Boom! There she invariably was. Consistently and unapologetically there. On Demon. Brenda gasped again, Oh, Artie, what additional pinching and grabbing transpired this time? Onful, awkward, wincing. Yes. So we assumed a sitting posture, and Maud personally engaged in a direct discourse with her. Winman ties. Brenda stared at him. Another direct discourse. Golly, Artie. You are destined to lose this employment opportunity as well, are you not? Winyan, in Loma Tuesday. Artie. No, Brenda. She communicated that if Mort consistently restrained my physical contact from her immediate person, she would unequivocally abstain from communicating the specific details to her esteemed biological progenitor. Und, Ibor B, Ibor Thijs, application. Ibond. Brenda and Chet exchange stumbled upon a new, even more perplexing form of gender politics. He simply sighed, picked up his tea, and began contemplating the subtle or not so subtle nuances of his next job application. Until but him traumatized. Barnaboy, the Kayot Manakenkov, he realized, was destined to continue its relentless pursuit of him, no matter where he sought employment. All studio traumatized. 3S Company was videotaped in front of a studio audience. On Barnaby, you hadn't. The morning sun filtered through the salt, kissed windows of the Coral Cove, painted stripes across the floor of apartment 2B. He Artie Penhaligon, humming a surprisingly tuneless tune, meticulously polished, a delicate ceramic vase. It was in Grew Featherstone. Brenda Carmichael was engrossed in a novel, while a vision of floral domesticity tended to a vibrant bouquet of dahlias. Cheese. Brenda, do you find this aesthetically pleasing? Artie inquired, holding up the now gleaming vase. Brenda glanced up from her book, a faint smile playing on her lips. Oh, Artie, it is truly beautiful. How utterly endearing. She then lowered her book, a quizzical expression on her face. But what, pray tell, is the specific occasion that necessitates such an exquisite decorative item? He beamed with paternal pride. It is my esteemed biological progenitor, Snatal Day, Brenda. Wenlaby. Oh, it is very charming indeed, Artie, Brenda exclaimed, genuinely impressed. Old gratitude. My profound gratitude. My profound gratitude. Artie repeated, preening. Mott, am intending to present it to her tomorrow. Her eyes widened. What, Artie? You are intending to embark? Embark upon a journey to Azure Bay Heights. Wait. Yeah. If Mott can successfully borrow Chetsed's automobile, Poppy, Artie replied, nodding. He then turned to Brenda, a hopeful look in his eyes. Do you possess the inclination to accompany my person? On my taste, Brenda considered. Oh, Artie, Mott would be profoundly delighted to. But who, pray tell, is going to meticulously attend to the shop? Mott am formally scheduled to undertake my professional duties. Onto Wutulmal Barnabetromat Ratloy. My maternal figure entertains distinct impression that the sole female individuals Mott possess acquaintance with are vacuous, empty-headed playmates. Conate. He stipul, Brenta eyed, drawn eyebrow. What precisely transpired that compelled her to harbor such a peculiar notion? She made acquaintance. Anyway, Artie merely shrugged, perpetually admonishing my person. Anyway, she is perpetually admonishing my persons and to seek out a female individual endowed with significant intellectual faculties. Are you profoundly certain you cannot accommodate this request, Brenda? While minutized, Brenda gave him a Artie, you are precariously traversing the thin ice of relational manipulation. Quite mentalifying a bee, Beslory burst flat through the door. It was Poppy, followed by an equally effervescent woman, slightly taller, with an undeniable air of sophisticated confidence that belied her almost too sweet smile. She wore designer clothes and carried a chic, expensive-looking handbag. B. Meliswan. Artie, Artie, Poppy exclaimed, oblivious to his subtle distress. She still unequivocally fails to comprehend who Mott unexpectedly encountered today. Ainting traumatized. Brenda looked up. Poppy, she conspicuously neglected to secure the main entrance portal. Guai traumatized. Poppy merely waved her hand dismissively. Well, that is entirely satisfactory, Brenda. My esteemed acquaintance, Aurora, is diligently remunerating the taxi driver as we speak. She will unequivocally never fathom who Mott I'm talking about, even after 1 billion hypothetical years. Raised an eyebrow. Your esteemed acquaintance, Aurora. How, pray tell? Did you so precisely conjecture her identity, Poppy? On the balls of her feet. Who, pray tell, is Aurora, Poppy? You recall. Mott communicated to your esteemed selves concerning her. Mott attended secondary education with her and Brenda S. No? Did you? Brenda asked, intrigued, on by Probiestis. Yeah. Mott recall that particular female individual who was communicated to your perpetually in a state of profound unhappiness because she never harbored the notion that she would achieve anything of significance. Was that Aurora? Brenda clarified. Omuger, the bunny in burst out. No, that was my own esteemed person. Aurora is the particular individual who communicated to my person that Mott possessed an equivalent quantity of intellectual faculties as any other individual, and that Mott had unequivocally better utilize them or suffer their permanent forfeiture. Unais. So what, pray tell, did you proceed to undertake, Poppy? Oria reported. Mott diligently adhered to her sagacious counsel. Aurora is perpetually endowed with such profound intelligence. All the children in our esteemed educational institution customarily referred to her by the appellation Einstein. Traumatized. Brenda looked, face to the elegantly dressed woman now entering the apartment. Oh, that is truly magnificent, Poppy. Onan said on. Here, too, Poppy confirmed. Yeah. She was the esteemed captain of the debating team and the distinguished president of the Honor Society, and our venerable class valedictorian, Orfint Ford. A mixture of awe and bewilderment. Gosh, Poppy, what, pray tell, did she undertake for recreational purposes? Brenda inquired. Wine, Mamamet Gate. Poppy thought for a moment. She lent her melodious voice to the sacred church choir. Brenda blinked. She lent her melodious voice to the sacred church choir. Well, Mott can scarcely await to make the acquaintance of this particular individual. We beamed. You are destined to make her acquaintance in the remarkably near future. Because she is planning to sojourn with our esteemed selves for a period. What? Come scheduled to be present in the metropolis for a distinguishedly scheduled who raunemompi pilikelit in the metrop for a distinguished convention, for a distinguished conventional who'd me made hotel, explicably misplaced her diligently secured reservations. Oh, splendid, at least to Miss Einstein, to sojourn in our esteemed domicile, Poppy, traumatized. Well, it is merely for a span of a few days, Brenda. It is already sufficiently congested with merely the three of us. Unpu, essentialized, adopting his most charming and self-serving persona. Mott harbored no distinct impression that you would harbor any objection whatsoever, Poppy. Really, Artie, it was no great cause for concern. She could merely repose upon this sofa, Artie. Ulimechit. Artie immediately shook his head. Yeah, the sofa. Mott shall unequivocally refuse to entertain such a thought. Poppy's esteemed acquaintance can unequivocally reside in my personal chamber. Waiting in tight. Arthur then stepped fully into the apartment, an elegant smile on her face. Oh, hello, Authenticate exclaimed. Who, pray tell, is that Poppy, who would ardently desire to present my esteemed companions? This is Brenda Carmichael, and this, my dear Aurora, is Artie Penhaligon, Godeshed Baye. Artie, completely captivated by Aurora. Beauty and sophistication, practically fell over himself, enticed. Poppy, why, pray tell, did you never communicate to our esteemed persons concerning Aurora? Do not heed his words, Aurora. Vicitly, Poppy consistently engages in discourse concerning your esteemed person at mot every available temporal juncture, Ononabi, especially Barnadice, especially concerning the benevolent manner in which you rendered assistance to her. Has she perchance communicated to you the manner in which she rendered assistance to my person? Artie gushed, completely flustered, Potai, her eyes twinkling. No, she has not, or preened. Well, if it were not for Poppy, Mott would unequivocally never have graduated with academic honors. As a matter of precise fact, Mott would probably never have even opened a single academic tome during my entire senior academic year. We usual, flirtatious overdrive, played along. Really, what, precisely, did she undertake? Ulden traumatize. A raw hint of genuine mischief in her eyes. She successfully appropriated all of my romantic partners. Brenda. Ah, Fa, could Maud perchance retrieve my hand, Artie? She asked, gently extricating her hand from Artie's enthusiastic clasp. Qualimatlis. Ga. Maud apologized profusely. Aurora. Maud am merely becoming so exceedingly prone to forgetfulness. Excuse my temporary lapse of memory. Were you not perchance engaged in discourse pertaining to Artie? Warning still colors. Aurora to notice Artie's true colors. Aurora, however, merely gave a polite, albeit slightly amused, smile. Oh, come on, Poppy. That is hardly a very amiable sentiment. Did Maud not offer to permit Aurora to utilize my personal chamber? Artie protested, feigning extreme generosity. Whiffy, Boffy, send please, said. Oh no, Artie. Maud simply could not prevail upon you to undertake such an inconvenience. Maud mean, where, pray tell, would your esteemed person repose? Confolitized there. Artly. Straightened up. Well, actually, it is a rather capacious chamber, so Mott harbored the distinct notion that Mott would personally repose upon our esteemed friend, the Mr. Sofa, precisely here, in the living room. Fed up with RTS performance, rolled her eyes. Excuse me, why do Mott not proceed forthwith and meticulously arrange my chamber? Mott mean your chamber. Excuse my temporary verbal lapse. See what Mott signify, Aurora, she muttered, pulling Aurora aside. Aurora, a discerning glint in her eyes, merely replied, Yes, Brenda, I rather do. But you entertain no need to harbor any anxieties whatsoever. He is, in point of precise fact, remarkably harmless. Andrew Paul Betent. Poppy giggled. Amusing. You ought to witness some of the truly outrageous pranks he perpetrates upon our unsuspecting persons. Earring Poppy, enthusiastic endorsement. Decided a subtle warning was in order. Upon further cogitation, Aurora, you had unequivocally better maintain your chamber portal in a securely locked position. I shall diligently retain that sage counsel in my mind, Brenda. Equal-tide, Aurora replied, a knowing smile playing on her lips. Artie and Brenda. Is it she truly magnificent? Artie. Oh, Poppy, you are unequivocally the one who is truly magnificent. Wine bewildered. Why, pray tell, Artie. Retreated toward Zord. Aurora, who had retreated to his room, now hers. Ompli, Hindu hekekli. Prawn. Poppy. If Mott unexpectedly encountered an old secondary education acquaintance, and she was attired in such a manner, you comprehend. The Gucci receptacle, the Romano pedal coverings, the Dior upper garment. Mott would be overcome with an intense emotion of jealousy. And you are not in the slightest experiencing the emotion of jealousy. Lutin giggled again. Poppy merely giggled absurd. Why, pray tell, would Mott be gripped by the emotion of jealousy? Is that in fact a genuine Gucci receptacle? She inquired, completely missing RDS point of view. Brenda merely shook her head. Oh no, you must recall, Poppy. Aurora is far too astute for such superficial attachments. She smiled at Aurora, who had reappeared, looking a bit more settled. Wannabe, hoofne minsley, abais. You merely emerge forth from your chamber, and unequivocally awaken my coy person. And Mott, am engaged in discourse pertaining to absolutely anything at all. Offered a gracious smile. You are exceedingly benevolent, Artie, kind of nauseating, Artie a sentiment. Logushi wince. Is there a telephonic apparatus here that Mott could utilize? Aurora inquired, looking around. Put. Oh yeah, it is situated precisely over here, Artie replied, gesturing enthusiastically. Detailed. Aurora, however, gave a subtle glance towards Brenda and Poppy. Oh, is that, in point of precise fact, the sole telephonic apparatus available? Perplexed. How many do you, perchance, require, Aurora? Equalization, Fritet. Intervened. Hello, Artie? See, Mott entertain the distinct impression that Aurora desires a modicum of personal privacy. Let us proceed to heat up some refreshing, caffeinated beverage. Brenda, taking Poppy by the arm, steered her towards the kitchen, traumatized. Aurora, Mott shall procure the requisite number for your esteemed person. Mott entertain no desire for you to bruise your aesthetically pleasing, diminutive phalanges. Aurora gave Artie a polite, albeit slightly exasperated, smile. Artie, it is unequivocally a private matter. Oh, Mott apologized profusely. Here you proceed. Oops, Artie, in his zeal, fumbled with a suitcase he had helped her bring in earlier, knocking it over. Ben Yusin Mataid. That thought. Oops, Mott shall merely reposition your luggage in its appropriate location from the preceding nocturnal